for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? It's that boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. New Media Today, USA Boxing. We back. What's up, y'all? Yes, y'all. We in the building. New Media Today. Sorry about that, guys. You know, we here, man. I'm trying to set everything up. Hold on. Got the keyboard right here. I want to put my mouse right there. Yeah, man. What's going on, everybody, man? We're gonna have a good day today, man. Today, what is the day? Thursday? Yeah, the day Thursday. Damn, I be getting these days mixed up, man. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Shout out to everyone in the chat to my right. Shout out to everyone. Also shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Facebook as well as Twitter and YouTube. And shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Spotify and I got a bunch of Spotify and Amazon Music. There's a bunch of them. We everywhere now. Got some good news. Got some good things coming down the pipe. Guys. You know, for the show, for the channel. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's give everybody a round of applause. You know how we do it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button for the old boy. A lot of people will be here today. They showed up yesterday, the day before yesterday. So we're gonna make it do what it do today. The phone lines will be open. We're gonna talk about some serious issues today. You know what I mean? There's you know, question I have about this. Everybody know if you know you've been watching the sport of boxing. You know, listening to the content that's in the sport of boxing right now in the boxing world. Terence Crawford currently has a racial bias lawsuit against Top Rank. You know, some people say Bob Arum, Top Rank, same shit, because Bob Arum owns Top Rank, right? Top Rank was started by Muhammad Ali, and Herbert Muhammad, and Bob Arum, if I'm not mistaken. And I think Bob Arum ended up buying Herbert Muhammad's rights out from the company, and he ended up owning it outright. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So I'm gonna look at everything in this particular lawsuit. I did see some things in here. I have no idea certain parts of the contract that I can, you know, what he's suing for. I can see him potentially winning this if he can prove basically what's in the contract. You know what I mean? What I mean by what's in the contract is basically if he was promised in paper that, hey, listen, if you sign this contract, we're going to do A, B, C, and D for you, and you're going to be able to fight this person and this person, and then the promoter was not able to deliver on that. I can see that. You know, then maybe he can win something like that. I'm not an attorney. I don't know anything about the law, civil law, so I don't know. I don't know nothing. I'm not a YouTube attorney. I'm not a YouTube financial advisor. I'm not a YouTube manager, promoter, none of that. You know, I'm none of that. You know what I mean? Now, the racial bias, that's where the waters get murky at. And we're going to talk about that, right? That's where the waters get murky at, because that's going to be a very, very, very big uphill battle to climb. And I'm going to tell you why. Let's do this, though. Did I give everybody a round of applause? Anyways, let's do this OJ the Jew Man style. OJ the Juice Man style, or OJ Jew Man style. Shout out to Southpaw Killer. Hey, okay. Man, it is cold in here. Hold on, guys. Shit. It's a little cold. It's a little cold in here, man. Where I'm at, man. It's a little cold in here. I had a ceiling fan on, so that's probably what it is. Shout out to Southpaw Killer. Hey, okay. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bells. Hey, okay. Shout out to Pugilism. Hey, okay. Shout out to Charles N. Hey, okay. Shout out to Thomas Jones. What the lick read, baby? Hey, okay. Let's see who else we got in the building, man. Tupac 13. What's happening? Hey, okay. Let's see, man. Johnny Cash. Hey, okay. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. To Matador. What's happening? Hey, okay. Shout out to Bernard Burton. Hey, okay. Carlos Resendez. Hey, okay. Shout out to my brother Charlo. Salute. Hey, okay. Shout out to Drummond for life. Hey, okay. Shout out to John Doe. What up, Doe? Hey, okay. Shout out to Rider of the Storm. Hey, okay. Let's see. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man. What's up, man? Oh, shout out to the Queen, Misfit. Shout out to the Queen, Misfit. You know what I mean? We're gonna be as fair, balanced, and unbiased as we possibly can. But we got to call it the way we see it at the end of the day as well. So let's make it do what it do. Shout out to let's see, Big Ronald Finkel in the building. Shout out to Paul Evans. Salute to Ava. Shout out to Jay Styles in the building. Who else we got in the building, man? Toby Bartlett, what's happening, bro? The Wolf of Cars, what's going on? Let's see, man. Major Key Boston, what up? Big Hulk in the building from Maryland. 702 Man Cave, what's going on? Giovanni, what's happening? Let's see, man. ADD, what the lick read? George H, what's going on? Let's see who else we have. Knockdown 305. What's going on, bro? I'm born and raised in the county of Dade. Shout out to TWD and the Dunk Riders. Let's see. Alex Sabeda. What's going on, fam? Deuce Trey in the building. Let's see who else we have, man. Martin Ramos. Jeff Luciano. What's going on, bro? Shout out to the Queen, Lil Green Eyes P. Shout out to Larry Baldwin. Shout out to Stephen 47 Deuce. Juan Lopez, what's going on, bro? Slim Reaper, what you reaping, baby? Let's see, Chick, what's going on, bro? Hope you're feeling good, bro. Let's see, fam. Toby Bartlett. What's with Haleen from the UK with the AK? Let's see, Eastside Leak. What's going on, fam? Let's see. Let's going on, man. Let's going on. Who else we have in the building? I think I said everybody. Other than that, let's get into this. Okay. Let me make sure. Some more people came at the bottom. Yeah, shout out to, okay, some new people came in. Shout out to, who else we have, guys? Jamie Vasquez, Massachusetts Fishing, Virginworth. Let's see who else we have. Justin Perry. Let's see. Dub Simo, what's happening? Supreme Tax. JBN Boxing News, what's going on, bro? Antonio Hernandez. Let's see, who else we have in the building? Eric Grimey, what's going on, fam? Let's see. Supreme Tax. Alex Dominici. I think that's Dominique. Alex Dominique. Terrence Trotter. Nino B. Yuli X Games. Double SC. Think that's it. Mr. T in the building. What's going on, fam?
But this ball been taking the easy matches. Fight another ball.
Here to there, and let's do this. Now, you know, everybody know what's going on, so we're gonna touch on it a little bit, touch on it a little bit. And I'm gonna be as honest, as objective as possible, and fair. And you know, I don't know anything about the civil law, so I don't know what can a person do, what they can't do. I don't know. I'm not an expert at this. I'm not a YouTube expert. A lot of these guys are YouTube experts. They know everything about everything, right? I don't. I'm not the jack of all trades, as my mother used to say. You know, old saying back in the day, boy, you the jack of all trades, the master of nothing. You know, you have professional attorneys with YouTube channels. You have professional accountants with YouTube channels, professional promoters, professional managers, professional matchmakers. They know how to negotiate contracts. And it is what it is, right? Then you have professional gangsters on YouTube who like to yell, scream, cuss people out, say they got shooters, they're gonna do A, B, C, and D. You have some of everything in the boxing community, right? And then you have me. Anyways, man, can Terence Crawford prove his racial bias lawsuit against Bob Arum? I have no idea. Now, his lawsuit is not just racial bias. You know, I think that's the one thing that everyone is grasping onto, but it's not just about racial bias. So it's not as clear cut as, well, if he can't prove racial bias, his lawsuit is thrown out. I don't think it's as simple as that. You know what I mean? I think that this came out of nowhere, guys. No one knew what was going on. No one knew that this Terence Crawford had this plan. And I'm pretty sure that he was planning on probably doing this probably a couple years now. Maybe a year or two. I think as his contract got closer to being up, he starts seeing a whole lot of stuff. Now, as it relates from a business standpoint. Now, anyways, let's get into this. Now, can Terence Crawford legally prove his racial bias lawsuit against Bob Arum That is the question that I have, right? Now, according to Mike Coppinger and according to New York Post, I have it right here. According to the New York Post, WBO champion Terence Crawford filed a lawsuit, and we talked about this yesterday. Filed the lawsuit yesterday, Wednesday, against his former promoter at Top Rank, and he filed it in Nevada, as we all know, alleging racial bias on part of the company's chairman, Bob Arum. Let's continue. The suit alleges that the 90-year-old Arum continues to make racist and bigoted statements. Now, stop right there. No, racist and bigoted statements and purposefully damage the reputation of black boxers. Let's stop right there. Now, I can agree with Crawford on this particular part. I can agree with him on the racist and bigoted statements that Bob Arum have made as it relates to him. Now, when he says black boxers, plural, this is where he lost me at. This is where he lost me at. You can only talk about, in my opinion, what you can say that he specifically said about you. You see what I'm saying? Now, whether he'll be able to prove that or not, I have no idea. The black boxers, because now you're saying that this is what he done to other black boxers in the past, and and I don't, and I'm more than likely, I'm gonna tell y'all how I see this. Let's continue. Now, Crawford signed with Top Rank back in 2011, and he rose to prominence, winning titles in 3 different weight divisions and becoming undisputed in the 140-pound division. And he is currently number 1 or 2, ESPN's number 1 or 2 welterweight. For pound for pound. I think he's number 2 behind Canelo Alvarez. Bob Arum rebuttal to that is Crawford's lawsuit against Top Rank is frivolous. Frivolous means it's bullshit. It's not going to go anywhere. His vile accusations of racism are reckless and indefensible, right? This is just basically him saying, this bullshit he coming at me is some BS. Basically, it's indefensible. There's no coming back from this. Basically, that's what he's saying. You know what I mean? Arum also says that he says that Crawford knows and his lawyer knows that he's not racist or whatever the case may be. He said, I have spent my entire working life as a champion of black boxers, Latino boxers, and other boxers of color. Let's start right there. Now, what happens is this, and I'm going to give it to you guys as straight as I possibly can. In the black community, and I'm speaking specifically of the black community. When you have, I can just speak specifically for me, and people who I hung around, who I've been around. When you have a mindset that someone or something is racist, right? You have a mindset that someone is racist. White Jewish guys are racist, right? Let's say you have a mindset that or anybody. Whether you feel like Trump is racist, or whether you feel like Joe Biden is racist, or whether you feel like Boris Yeltsin or the Queen of England is racist, or just anyone who you may know, right? When they tell you that, hey man, I'm not racist because I have black friends, or I may have a black wife. We heard Rick Glazer say this, or let's see, I have black step kids and stuff like that. Now, to the person who believes that you are racist, they're saying in their mind, oh, there they go. They always say that. They always say, I can't be racist because I gave a black person $100, or I have black friends, or I have black this, I have black that. This is what they say. So for all of you white people out there who may say this, when you say this to a black person or a group of black people, the way black Americans, we'll just say black Americans, the way they look at it is, oh man, there we go. They always talking about they got black friends and black that. That don't mean they're not racist. So in that person's mind, there's nothing that you can say. You're saying that you have a black friend or you hang around, because they're going to say, oh, you got some token blacks around him to try to disguise his racism. When a person feels like that you're racist, now if you ask them, okay, well, what did he do that was racist? We're not talking about Bob Arum. I'm just talking about anybody who you may deem as racist. They may not be able to tell you what you have done, but this is the label that you're going to be branded with. Now, if it's true, if the shoe fits, wear it. But I'm just telling you this, right? This is how we look at it. Now, he says that Bob Arum says, I have no doubt that the court will see Crawford's case for the malicious extortion attempts that it is, right? Bob Arum says he feels like he's being extorted somehow. Crawford has filed a lawsuit in Las Vegas. Good luck with that. the town that Bob Arum owns. Bob Arum owns Las Vegas. He's the most powerful man in boxing. I don't know if this is going to go anywhere. I seriously doubt that he can prove his case as it relates to racial discrimination, racial bias. I'm gonna break down why. The reason, the real question for me is this: what evidence or proof that Crawford has that would help him prove racial bias against Bob Arum? What kind of evidence does he have? He's going to need something more than some YouTube interviews. There's also a good chance that this could backfire on Crawford. Possibility, right? Crawford is going to have to explain, or his representation, why Bob Arum paid him more guaranteed money than any welterweight in the sport of boxing, and then was racially biased against him. So I think that's the kicker for me. Yes, now I will say this. Yes, he wasn't able to land the big fights with the PBC fighters, but now what? Does that mean that's racism? Because he wasn't able to land the big fights? You know, me personally, I don't think so. If you're going at the angle where, hey man, listen, in the contract he said he was going to do A, B, C, and D, and he did not do what he said he was going to do in the contract, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with suing for that. But I'm talking about the racial bias aspect of it. That's what I'm trying to get to right now. And if you feel like he was racially biased against you, I mean, Crawford has a net worth of 8 figures. You know, you became a millionaire, multi-millionaire under Bob Arum. So what I'm trying to understand is, okay, why would he pay you all of this money, make you an 8-figure guy with his company, while at the same time being racially biased against you? You know, just for me, damn, if someone was being racially biased against me, they're going to pay me a whole lot of money at the same time while being racially biased against me. Like I can understand you saying some of the comments that Bob Arum made, like, you know, I lost all kind of money dealing with, Terence Crawford. I could have built a house in Beverly Hills with the money I lost from him. That doesn't mean that's racial bias. You know, now if you got something on tape where he's saying, hey, I don't like you N-words, this N-word, Terence Crawford, you know, he's an N-word, and you know, I'm gonna make sure I don't get him in no fights, and you know, because of his skin color, this is why I'm gonna do this and that. If you got something solid like that, you got him nailed to the cross as it relates specifically to the racial bias, right? As it relates to that. Now, so that's all I have to say about that. Now, yes, as we know before, Bob Arum was not able to land the big fights with PBC. We know that, right? Now, but is that all Bob Arum fault? No, I don't think so, because the boy Earl Spence didn't want to fight him anyways. And if you have Al Heyman and Bob Arum, you know, not wanting to work with each other, or neither one of those guys were able to come up with some kind of agreement, you can't say that's racial bias, because he wasn't able to land you a fight with another black fighter. Another black fighter, right? So let's continue. Now, will Crawford be able to land any fights while this lawsuit is pending? We have no idea. Will another promoter want to deal with Terence Crawford now that he's actively suing Bob Arum? That's a possibility that Crawford may not even fight anymore. Because the only way he would be able to get a fight now, in my opinion, the WBO is going to have to mandate a mandatory to fight him. Now, I'm not here crying for Terence Crawford. The man got a net worth of 8 figures. He's well off. He's well off. I ain't crying for him at all. Him or Bob Arum. I give 2 fucks about Bob Arum. You guys already know that. I don't care about the promoters. I don't cap for promoters. I don't cap for the PBC, and I'm damn sure not gonna cap for Top Rank. I don't do that. You see what I'm saying? So this ain't no Bob Arum defense video. No, this ain't no Bob Arum defense video. I give 2 fucks about Bob Arum, to be honest with you. Just being honest. I don't give a damn how many black or Latino fighters he worked with. Didn't like the man, don't like him now. Treat them all equally. But for Al Heyman, same way. Leonard Smellerby, same way. You know what I mean? Eddie Hearn or Frank Warren, same way. Treat them all the same. I don't give a damn about none of them. I let y'all have that. Okay? Now, Crawford has become very rich fighting for Top Rank. How is he going to prove his case for racial discrimination or racial bias, right? I have no idea. But he's going to need something more than what he has now, in my opinion. But I don't know what he has. So I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know what he has, right? Now, as we know now, some of these guys out there who's making content right now, they're happy. They're celebrating about this, right? Crawford is going to need something on tape, in my opinion, with Bob Arum actively saying that he does not like blacks or Latinos, and and he only wants to promote white fighters only. If he doesn't have that, I don't think that he can win anything as it relates to the racial bias. As it relates to the other parts of the lawsuit, yeah. Shout out to my brother Retro Boss and the documentaries in the building. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bells. Okay, Mario Gonzalez, what's going on? Shout out to Southpaw Killer for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Southpaw Killer, we addressed this yesterday. He said, so we never worked on a job where we can stay, where we had to stay and was racially discriminated against, but couldn't say nothing or lose your job. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yes. But you're missing the point. It's not what happens, it's what you can prove. These are cases that are very, very hard to prove. As I said yesterday, remember the alphabet boys and everybody was jumping down Terence Crawford's throat. And I say, listen, man, it would have been very stupid for him to sue Top Rank while he was still under contract with Top Rank. Why? We saw Mikey Garcia, Mexican-American, sue Top Rank when he was under contract with Top Rank. Guess what happened? He sat on the shelf for 3 years. He could not fight, make any money to take care of himself. And guess what? It took him 3 years. So Crawford did very smart by waiting for his contract to be finished. It's dumb as hell listening to a YouTube channel telling you that you should have did A, B, C, and D while you were still under contract. That's dumb. So I'm not arguing that. He did right as it relates to waiting till he left Top Rank. My question is, how is he going to prove racial bias when that same white Jewish promoter made him one of the richest welterweights in boxing right now today? He got paid a higher guaranteed purse, more than any welterweight in boxing. His guarantee was high. Guaranteed purse. We ain't talking about back end play. We ain't talking about none of that. We talking about guaranteed purse. You're going to have to show me that. And you became an 8-figure guy under this guy. This is what I'm saying. This is all I'm saying. How is he going to prove it? I don't know. Remember, this lawsuit has, as a matter of fact, let's read the lawsuit. Shout out to Mark Nash. Mark said everybody in the media focused on the racial bias part of the case. Bottom line is Bob Arum was trying to destroy and tarnish his name. Now, hold on. Exactly. Why he was still with Bob Arum because he planned on leaving. Now, this right here, he can prove this, in my opinion. I don't give a damn whether you don't like Crawford or not, or whatever. You think this some bullshit, it doesn't matter to me. You're going to have to explain to me, how is a promoter that I'm signed to openly talking bad about you in the public, devaluing your worth to the public? So when you do leave, everybody's gonna be like, oh man, people losing money on you. Bob Arum said he lost money on you. Bob Arum did that strategically. Now he can, in my opinion, he can sue for that. Man, this man tried to destroy me to make sure I don't get no more money once I leave him, because he didn't sign a contract extension so I can come back. Now he can probably do that if he can prove that. He can do that. But that's all I'm saying. But let's continue though. Let's continue though. Let's see. So let's continue. Let's as a matter of fact, let's look at this. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the like button, man. Let me see how many likes we got. Oh man, this is terrible. We got 200. We got over 200 people in here, and we got less than 100 likes. This is terrible, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. I want to open up the phone lines. We need 200 likes. 200. Let's do this though. We gonna get it some fair justice today. Today we're gonna get us some fair justice. That's what we're gonna do. Yes, that's what we're gonna do today. Right now we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Now let's see. Now this is the lawsuit. Now everybody's focusing on one aspect of this lawsuit. Let's continue. Let's go here though. Let's go here. All right. As you can see, this is New York Post. Terence Crawford claims Bob Arum's revolting racial bias hurt his career. Now I will say this: if Crawford would have said to me, if Crawford would have said, hey, you know what, man? Bob Arum's I don't know if I would call it racial bias. What would I call it? Because Bob Arum has said things about Oscar De La Hoya, Mikey Garcia, and several fighters in the past he's said crazy shit about. Floyd Mayweather. I mean, that's what he does. He has a history of this. Miguel Cotto. But if he could have said, hey, listen, man, this man said damaging and harming things to hurt my value in the market of boxing, you know, I can see that. The racial bias part, you're saying that, hey, because I am a black man that was signed to his promotional company, he targeted me because of my skin color, and he decided to show bias against me, spoke out ill against me. You see what I'm saying? In order to prevent me from making money in the future once my contract is up, and he diminished my value, you know what I mean, because of my skin color. How is he going to prove that? Especially if you have Bob Arum on the record saying a whole lot of other shit about other fighters. How is he going to prove that particular part of it? That's my question. Now, it said the welterweight champion, basically, he said this could be the most bruising legal boxing. He said this could be the most bruising legal boxing bout of all time. Welterweight champion Terence Crawford is challenging famed boxing promoter Bob Arum in a bombshell lawsuit claiming the promoter's revolting racial bias prevented him from landing big fights and earning tens of millions of dollars, according to the court papers filed in Nevada. Now, Bob Arum did openly come out and say he was the reason why Terence Crawford didn't fight Manny Pacquiao. He killed that. He did not want Manny Pacquiao to get beat up by Terence Crawford or whatever. That's exactly what he said. He didn't say beat up, but that's exactly what he said. So now, if Crawford wanted to fight this guy and he prevented that, you got him on that right there, right? If he said that he was going to get you the Errol Spence fight and he wasn't able to get that fight, now I'm not saying that Errol Spence didn't want to fight this guy anyways. In my opinion, he didn't want to fight him anyways. All the shit he said in the past, but that's neither here nor there. Let's put that on the back burner for a minute. Now, if he wasn't able to land those fights that he promised you in the contract, you can sue for that. My question is the racial bias. Let's continue. Crawford, who signed a deal with the 90-year-old New York-born Arum and this company on Top Rank back in 2011, alleges in his complaint that Arum simply does not care about, support, or know how to promote black fighters, and deliberately didn't build him into a marquee pay-per-view star. Let's start right there. Now, this right here is, the people gravitate to who they want to gravitate to. Terence Crawford has the personality in the public. He has the personality of a cardboard. Now, the difference between him and Errol Spence has the personality of a cardboard too. He drags when he talks. He's drunk a lot of times, but you know, he has a base that he has his fans, his base. He's in a better situation with the PBC than Errol Spence has. He has what the dude name who buy a lot of his tickets when he fight in the stadium. Jerry Jones, who buy a lot of his tickets. When he fights, he has that guy on his team as well. So which is pretty good, right? So now, if Bob Arum was not able to make you into this star, to be honest with you, who is the superstar on this roster? It ain't Teofimo Lopez. You know what I mean? Vasily Lomachenko, he get all the hype from ESPN, but he ain't no goddamn star. His goddamn self. He's a good fighter, but the only big star you see is goddamn Canelo, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So I don't know what he can do about this. He simply doesn't care, support, or know how to promote black fighters. How do you tie this into racial bias? I don't know. As it relates to how are you gonna prove that he doesn't care to support? I mean, he signed you and you made 8 figures with this guy. Like, if I'm just being honest with you guys, if I'm a judge and I'm like, okay, you say this guy, listen, I'm not capping for Bob Arum. I give 2 fucks about Bob Arum, but I want you guys to listen to me. If I'm a judge and you're telling me, hey, this guy doesn't care about black fighters, he doesn't do this and that, my counter would be, hey, Your Honor, you know what? When I met the kid, he was broke. He doesn't have anything. Right now, since he was signed to me, this guy has earned he has a net worth of 8 figures right now. 8 figures. This how much he got paid for this fight, this fight, this fight. I can show you why I was losing money each fight. And even though I lost money, I still paid him more than I paid any welterweight that's currently getting paid in boxing right now. How are you going to get around that? I'm not an attorney. I don't know. And I doubt if your favorite YouTube channel can help you with that. Because they're not going to go to court and speak in your behalf. But let's continue. As it relates to the racial bias, let's continue. Crawford, 34, famously split with Bob Arum on November 21st in a press conference, saying that he wanted to become a free agent to better land his dream bout with Errol Spence. I don't think he's going to still get that fight with Errol Spence. That fight ain't happening. Spence don't want to fight him. PBC don't want to deal with you. So you got the quote-unquote, the black company, well, the white company, PBC, that has the black face with Al Heyman. You have the white company that people think is black. They don't want to deal with you because they say, you know, you're going to want too much money. Bob Arum, you say he's being racial bias against you. So that bridge is gone. Eddie Hearn, he don't have nothing to offer you, so he said he don't want to deal with you. Crawford probably never get another fight again in boxing. I mean, it's fine. He made enough money. He's rich. Remember, I'm giving you tomorrow's headlines today. Don't be surprised. The fighter has hired top attorney Brian Friedman and is suing for almost $10 million. But the blows he rains on Arum's lawsuit are far more damaging. Let's see. I want to see the other stuff. He said Crawford shines spotlight on the systemic racism that runs through Top Rank. Top Rank's complete inability to properly promote black fighters, and Top Rank, Arum and his stepson, Todd DeBuff, disparate treatment of black fighters, including Crawford. Okay. So systemic racism. Now, this sounds like currently what's going on with the Black Lives Matter movement today in America. Currently what's going on, like with this, these are Jesse Jackson talking points. These are Al Sharpton talking points. These are the people who push this stuff, their talking points. So now you're going to have to prove there was systemic racism with Top Rank. While saying that, hey, you became an 8-figure guy working with Top Rank. Like, you know, I'm trying to make that. Listen, I'm trying to make that part of the lawsuit make sense. Do I feel like Bob Arum is a racist? Of course I do. Do I feel like he say bigoted things like Archie Bunker? Yes, he does. But to prove that, in the court, I don't know how he's going to do that. I just don't. You know what I mean? Crawford, because this dude paid you more money than you ever been paid. So how are you going to say he was racist against you when he paid you more money? Why would a guy who's racist against you because of your skin color pay you more money than any welterweight is getting paid in boxing today? Did he do that to disguise his racism? Like, I don't get that. I don't get that. Now, Crawford's my favorite fighter. I still rock with him, but I'm just saying, as it relates to this, I don't get it. Let's see, who else we got? He said the suit also mentions other names in the sport, such as Floyd Mayweather Jr., as having been mistreated by Bob Arum, who scoffed at the legal allegations when reached by the Post. Okay, so you say that Bob Arum mistreated Floyd Mayweather. What does that have to do with racism, though? Like, you get what I'm saying? Let's continue. So unless you're saying, well, he mistreated Floyd Mayweather because he was black, how are you going to prove that? What about the other non-black fighters who felt like they was mistreated by Bob Arum? Like, how are you going to prove that? Like, I don't know how he's going to prove that. That's what I want to know. To me, that's like, I'm with you on the rest of the lawsuit, dog, but that particular part, I don't know how you're going to prove that part of it. Like, what judge is going to ride with you. Like, but again, I don't know. Maybe he have videotapes. Maybe he have audio of Bob Arum saying, you know what? I don't like these niggers. I don't like Terence Crawford. I'm paying them millions of dollars, but I don't like them, and I don't like dealing with the black fighters, even though I signed a whole bunch of black fighters out of the Olympics, but I don't like dealing with them, but he signs them, and I pay them, and I make them rich. So you're going to have to show me how a racist is going to, he don't like you because you're black. He's discriminating against you because you're black, and one breath, but then he's going to turn around and pay you millions of dollars at the same time. I could tell you for a fact, when I was racist, there's a motherfucker out there, if I had some white people working for me, I was not going to pay them. Let's say if I was in that position, I wasn't going to pay your ass top dollar to make you millions of dollars. I'm just saying me. Some might say that's some stupid move on your behalf. I'm not saying it's smart. I'm just saying me. Like, I don't understand that aspect of it. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Crawford is going to have all types of black fighters who have fought for Bob Arum in the past, all types of Latino fighters who have fought for Bob Arum in the past. They are going to go on the stand and become a character witness for Bob Arum. They are going to say, hey, man, you know, I'm black. I fought for Bob Arum. Bob ain't never did nothing like that to me. He ain't never showed no racism towards me. He's going to have a plethora of black and Latino fighters that's going to do that. So that's one problem that Crawford and his legal team, in my opinion, is going to have to deal with. Now, let's hear what they say right here. This article says, he said, don't call a man racist when really this is because of your own failures, Arum said, who claims that he lost $20 million on Crawford. This is what he says, right? And if he says he lost $20 million, I'm pretty sure he has the receipts. His marketability didn't measure up to his ability his marketability didn't measure up to this ability, and that has absolutely nothing to do with what race he is. The outstanding fact that Terence Crawford pay-per-view numbers have always been dreadful because of his failure to market himself. Now, I agree with Crawford's failure to market himself. If you're not marketing yourself, listen, okay, I'm just a fighter. It's a promoter job to blow me up. No, Crawford, these days are different. Bob Arum is not Don King. If you had Don King as your promoter, then you could say, yeah, I'm just a fighter. It's my promoter job to blow me up. Don King did that. Bob Arum ain't never blew no fighter up like that. Floyd Mayweather always had a mouthpiece on him when he was with Top Rank. You had Oscar De La Hoya. He was the golden boy. He had the Mexican-American fan base, right? So, to me, let's keep reading. And I'm gonna break it down for you guys as much as I possibly can, right? So he's blaming Bob Arum for not blowing him up as a star. Okay, now if you're gonna sue on that, okay, cool. You can go that route. I ain't tripping on none of that, right? He said it is alleged in the papers exclusively obtained by the Post that for years professional boxers and others in the sports world have called out Top Rank's owner Bob Arum for his disparate treatment of black boxers, including those very same black boxers that Top Rank is contractually obligated to promote. Because of this, he said, because this is boxing, a sport with a checkered history, and because Arum is now dismissed as the grumpy old white man, Arum continues to make racist and bigoted statements and purposefully damage the reputation of black boxers without any consequence. Stop right there. Hold on. No. Let's continue. This is generally because the affected boxers who are in long-term contracts with Top Rank fear that if they speak up, they will be placed on the sideline and not given the opportunity to fight during the life of their deal, which could be 5 to 7 years. I totally agree with that part. That's why I said when these alphabet boy channels were attacking Crawford, calling him Top Rank Toby, saying this and that, saying some of the most BFTB, calling this man some of the most racist, salacious things that a black person can call another black person. When they were saying these things, I've said all last year, I said the man to be a fool to speak out and say anything against his promoter right now while he's under contract. That promoter can ruin his life while he's under contract. Can put this boy on the shelf. How do I know? He did it to Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia is not black. He's a Mexican American. They did it to Mikey Garcia for 3 years. Now these same channels are backtracking now. I'm gonna show. I got some receipts. Something, and they doing a good job. I'm not gonna lie, they doing a good job, but they backtracking now. They jumped out the window, right? Let's go now. So I do get that, right? I do get that. So this, what else he said? His lawsuit also alleges that it is painfully clear. Now, this is what kind of makes it suspicious to me. His lawsuit also alleges that it is painfully clear that Top Rank, and especially Bob Arum, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the like button. Especially Top Rank, especially Bob Arum, judges people based on their race. He said it is painfully clear that Top Rank and especially Bob Arum judges people based on their race. I wonder how he's going to prove this. This is how I want to know how he's going to prove this. Arum's sordid history with athletes of color, especially black fighters, and his bias favoring white and Latino fighters is well documented and known throughout the boxing world. Now, I will say this. There's no secret that Bob Arum treats his white and Latino fighters and black fighters differently. Anybody that doesn't see that is crazy. Perfect example, Vasily Lomachenko. Everybody knows that Vasily Lomachenko is the darling of Bob Arum, even though that Vasily Lomachenko got 2 losses in 15, 16 fights. Now, is that racially motivated? I don't know how he's going to prove that. Because this could be a promoter. Hey, I really like this guy. He's more marketable. He could feel that way. I'm not losing money with this guy. Again, you're going to have to prove that the reason why your career did not blow up the way you felt like it blowed up, you're going to have to prove that particular part, that this guy racially discriminated against you because you are a black fighter, while trying to explain why he made you an 8-figure guy while you were signed to his company. Why would a guy who's racist make you an 8-figure fighter while losing money promoting you, and be racist against you and still make you rich? 8 figures. Paid you every dollar that you were supposed to get paid according to your contract. That's the part that got me. That's the part that got me. All right, let's continue, then we're going to stop. We're not going to read all of this. He said it continues, and then Bob Arum is going to turn around and say, hey, listen, look at all the black fighters I work with. I work with Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, Hearns. I work with George Foreman. I work with Timothy Bradley. He worked with a whole lot of black and Latino fighters. All of those fighters who have a good relationship with Bob Arum, they are going to come and speak on his behalf. I can promise you that. Mikey Garcia ain't going to come out and say nothing against Bob Arum. He's not going to come in there and say nothing. Pretty sure he's not. Bob Arum issue, he never had any racial issues against Bob Arum. So when you say what he's done to other black fighters, how are you going to prove that? How are you going to prove that, Crawford? How are you going to prove that? What other black fighters that you know that's going to step up and that's going to step up and bear witness to what you're saying? You're going to need something more than some YouTube channels. You're going to need something more than what YouTube channels have been saying about Bob Arum. That ain't going to fly. I can promise you that. Let's continue. It continues by claiming Arum makes no secret of his deep-seated bias against black fighters. For example, he called legendary black boxer Floyd Mayweather soft, and he claimed that he shoots up cars, reinforcing an invidious racist stereotype with no basis facts. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I think this part of it is reaching. Let me let you guys see this part. This part of it to me is like he's suing for more than this, but he said, he said there's no secret that he had deep-seated bias against black fighters. For example, legendary black boxer Floyd Mayweather, soft. He called him soft and claims that he shoot up cars. How do you tie that into racism? Like okay. Let's continue. He consistently mocks rival boxing promoter Al Heyman, who is a black man, and his relationship with black fighters, saying Heyman would steer a black fighter away from fighting Crawford out of sense of brotherhood. I don't see nothing racist about that myself. That is the race card that is played. I don't see nothing racist about if this is the truth. I don't see nothing racist about that if Bob Arum said that myself. The suit even counterpunches. Arum even famously profited from staging fights in South Africa during the height of apartheid, dismissing the brutal and bloody regime as mere politics. Yeah, that is true. That is true. And saying he did not care about it as long as he can make money. Okay, I'm not gonna read any more of this. If you guys want to see it, it's on New York Post. Y'all can look it up. You probably already seen it yourself. Let me see what we got. Let me go to the chat. See what we're talking about in the chat. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the like button. We have 238 people watching this show right now. No, actually, we have 348 people watching this show right now. 348 people watching the show right now. We have 152 likes. We need to get over 200 likes at least. Let's go to the let's go. Blues Boxer said Crawford was earning more money than any other welterweight. How is that being racist? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. He says the shooting up cars is racially stereotyping, coach, in my honest opinion. Well, I think Floyd Mayweather actually did shoot up some cars, though. If he actually did that, how was that racially stereotyping when you are just quoting something that someone actually did physically do? That's like someone's, let's say I'm a drug dealer, right? And let's say someone, let's say a white police officer or a white guy, I have the history of dealing drugs, and stuff like that. And the white officer see me, he said, yeah, man, man, only thing you're gonna do, go out there and sell some more drugs. Is that stereotyping? Oh, that's some racist stuff. You stereotyping me. Using racism. No, man, I got like 5, 6 drug charges. You know what I mean? Or I have a history of doing this, right? So, I mean, I don't know. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that Floyd Mayweather has a history of shooting up cars, but how do you, bro, what I'm trying to say is this, fam. When the basis of your lawsuit is racial bias, my question is, how are you going to prove that? You said how Bob Arum treated other black fighters. So now you're going to have to bring some other black fighters who's going to corroborate the systemic racism that you said you experienced at Top Rank. That's what you're going to have to do. That's what I'm saying. Like, saying it is one thing. I can listen, in America, you can sue for anything, but can you prove it in court? How was you going to prove that? That particular part of it. Now, the other stuff as it relates to the contract, hey man, I signed this contract. You promised me that you was going to do A, B, C, and D for me according to the contract. You wasn't able to do it. So you kept paying me bonus. And then he kept getting paid bonuses, $1 million bonus every time he did not deliver every time he did not deliver the Spence fight. So if he didn't land you the fight, he compensated by paying you more money. I'm trying to tie that in. I'm anxious for these calls to come in. We get these lights up, man. We can get these calls to come in. I'm anxious for these calls to come in. We got 350 people here, and we have less than 200 likes. Less than 200 likes. We need it up. And I told you guys before, when you rich like Bob Arum, the Don Kings, the Al Haymans, the Mauricio Suleimans, the Eddie Hearns, the Frank Warrens, the only color you care about when you got that kind of money is green. Now, does that mean that someone who has money like that is not racist? No. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that's not racist. You know what I mean? But I'm saying the only color they give a damn about is green. I lost a lot of money with this guy. You know what I mean? Yada, yada, yada. That's all they give a damn about. Mr. Right UK said Crawford probably has receipts. I hope so. In my opinion, he says it's not Bud's fault that Bob overpaid him. No, it's not. Shout out to Nick Rich. Shout out to the Queen, Nick Rich. Okay. She says, absolutely. Plus, it's best to read the actual lawsuit. I pulled the case up. Wasn't about pay for a complaint. Yeah, she pulled it up. Yeah. Yeah, I actually, the lawsuit is long. I have the entire lawsuit. And I looked at it. Now, the other things outside of the racial bias, he probably can prove that. But all I'm saying is, The racial aspect of it, bias aspect of it, I don't know how he's going to prove that part of it. I don't know how he's going to prove that part of it. Especially when, bro, I'm telling you what's going to happen. He's going to, man, that man going to have so many black fighters come in there. He's going to have so many black people come in and speak on his behalf that that's going to blow that part out of the water. Luis Torres, a lot of my brothers need to look up the definition of racism. Systemic racism. James says, warning, Terence Crawford is breaking the commandment. Thou shalt not race bait. No, he's a fighter. He's a fighter. He feel like that he experienced certain things at a company. That's not breaking the commandments. That's not breaking the commandments. He actually has a lawsuit that he's suing for. Charlie Love says, what about the NBF policy at top rank thanks to systemic racism, period? I don't know anything about that. Like, can he prove that? See, we heard somebody who did an interview on Fred Barbershop Conversations. I think it was Terence Crawford's old manager said that Top Rank have a NBF policy. Now, whether you want to believe that or not, that's up to you. But you're going to have to explain to me, why do Top Rank sign black fighters? And why do Top Rank make the black fighters that they have on with their company multi-millionaires? You get what I'm saying? Like, that particular aspect, bro, is going to be very difficult to prove. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. How are you going to prove that? Unless he has something so concrete. I got emails. Well, Bob Arum called me a nigger. I have several people in Top Rank that's going to say, hey, yes, Bob Arum is racist towards blacks. This is how he treated us over here. We have a system over here where we sign black fighters, we make them multimillionaires, but we make sure that we systemically show black. Like he's going to have to come with all of that. I have the entire lawsuit. I'm specifically talking about that one particular part. Out of all of the things that is in the lawsuit, I'm specifically talking about that one particular part. I have the whole lawsuit. I just don't want to read the whole goddamn thing on here. Because that's what everybody is grabbing to. Everybody's grabbing onto this. He says, I reckon Don King has never done anything wrong today. Yeah. Peter Varnock said, I'd like to see the witness list. Yeah. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365. She says that nope, he would have made more through the fight. Okay. Okay. Shout out to Bernard Burton. He's dropping that $2. Bam! Super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the like button for the old boy, hit the like button. Also, guys, I think this lawsuit is like 20-something pages. I think this lawsuit is like 23, 24 pages. It's like a 23, 24-page lawsuit. And everybody's grabbing on to that one particular aspect of racial bias, and they haven't seen the entire lawsuit. It's like a 23-page lawsuit. He says, someone advised Bud to do this. I think it could be Al Haymon and Mayweather. Yeah, you know what it does? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something else. The attorney that Terence Crawford is using, guess who the attorney is? It's the same attorney that sued Bob Arum before. It's Mikey Garcia's attorney, old attorney. It's the same attorney that Mikey Garcia used to sue Top Rank when he was a Top Rank fighter. And Mikey Garcia sat on the shelf for 3 years. He said, making people money doesn't mean there's no racism. Never said it wasn't any racism, sir. But you didn't answer my question. How are you going to prove the racism? How are you going to prove that racism played a part in you not being a superstar and landing the big fights? How are you going to prove that? It's one thing to say, it's racism. It's racism. They're racist against me. The next thing is, okay, how are you going to prove that in the court of law? That's what you're not addressing. That's what you're not addressing. He said, you need to prove how Bob calls those guys harm and said harm was done based on race. Exactly. How are you going to do that? You could say, hey man, we got harmed because of his neglect. We got harmed because of his inability. He neglected to promote me properly. We got harmed because of disparaging things he said to me, said about me in public, about my market value. I understand all of that. But to say that you got harmed because the reason why he did all of those things, because he had racial bias against you and other black fighters. So when you say other black fighters, give me an example. You say Floyd Mayweather. Okay, is Floyd Mayweather willing to come into court and testify that he was racially, racial bias was used against him? He was racially discriminated against when he was at Top Rank? That's the $1 million question. And I think everybody's missing what I'm saying. Yeah, this dude here, a dude here, this guy here is the link. Yeah, I dropped the link, Mark. I dropped the link. See, I already know your angle. Charlie Love, I already know where you coming from, bro. I already know your angle. I already know where you coming from. You probably come. I already know what side of the fence you on. I know where you coming from, bro. Trust me. Trust me, bro. I know where you coming from. I get it. I get it. Shout out to Mustafa for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said they're gonna have to show intent, which doesn't seem possible with this racial lawsuit. Crawford stretching it. He won't win. I'm not saying he won't win the lawsuit. I think that particular part of the lawsuit, I don't know how he's going to prove that. And this guy right here, I'm not even finna go back and forth with this guy. I already know his angle. Yeah, you probably want to take that to the LDBC channel, bro. This I don't think this is the channel for you, fam. Yeah, you probably want to go over there with that. Shout out to Mr. Calderon for dropping that half for bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, "Sup, coach? It's good to see that this channel is growing to the point where other content creators feel threatened. I don't know how. Those other content creators have been doing it longer than me. They have way more subscribers than me." He said, "Keep spreading the message on unbiased love for boxing. All I give a fuck about is the sport of boxing. That's all I care about, growing the sport of boxing. But I want to address this particular issue. I want to address this particular issue today. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is, I don't know how you're going to show that, hey, man, this guy did this because of racism. Bro, it's going to be a whole bunch of black fighters that's going to come speak on his behalf as it relates to his character. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You're going to need something more than some niggas have behind avatars and have YouTube channels. You're going to need something more than that. That's all I'm saying. As it relates, again, I'm going to say this again, guys. This is a 23-page lawsuit, 23 or 24-page lawsuit. I am only specifically talking about that one aspect of the lawsuit, the racial bias. You're going to have to show me now, did he say bigoted things? Yes, he did. Do I like Bob Arum? Hell to the no. Do I believe Bob Arum is racist? Yes, I do. Let's not get it twisted. I don't give a damn because the shit he said out of his mouth. The shit he said out of his mouth. I believe that wholeheartedly. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I stand on that. But you're going to have to show that this guy stunted your career, stop you from getting big fights because he racially showed bias against you. Why he made you a multi-millionaire, an 8-figure guy, and you're going to have a whole bunch of other black fighters and Hispanic fighters to support your claim. Ain't nobody probably gonna come to court and speak on. Timothy Bradley ain't gonna do it. Goddamn, shit, who, I doubt if Floyd Mayweather do it. Give me some examples. Sugar Ray Leonard not gonna do it. Tommy Hearns not gonna do it. All of the black fighters that he worked with that he's still alive today, they gonna come and testify on this man's behalf. When you say what he did to other black fighters, he showed discrimination against them. Well, how come they not saying that? I'm just saying, how you gonna prove it to a judge? And you're gonna be in front of a white Jewish judge. So maybe he got some bomb-ass lawyers. That's all I'm saying. He say, Nick Rich, what he say, Queen? He say, good lawyers will use certain language that points directly to an incident. From there, they take their positions and have other evidence admitted to prove the allegations. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not an attorney. So, he say, Buzz, shout out to the Queen Misfit for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, Buzz lawyers wouldn't have taken the case without solid concrete evidence. It would have been considered a conflict of interest against power. Okay. Yeah, Misfit. I'm thinking he has to have something else. It's something else that he probably has that we don't know about. It has to be. I don't think, Misfit. I don't think that you gotta have something more than, well, they had this one dude, he was on Fred Barbershop Conversations, and this what he said. That's he say, she say. Well, he said that that they said that this is what they have over here. It's he say, she say. Would this guy say this under subpoena? So this is what they're running with. They're running with what a guy said that was on a Fred Barbershop Conversations. And this is all the evidence we need. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Shout out to Retro. Shout out to my brother Retro, man. He says he say they should be threatened. Coaster man stood on his own the whole time. Shout out to my brother Retro, man. That's all I'm saying, guys. Smile back if you're ugly. Salute to you, fam. For dropping them 5 pounds on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, I don't really get all of this career hurting thing. Crawford is a millionaire, undefeated, a multi-millionaire, eight figures. Net worth, 8-figure net worth. Crawford is a multi-millionaire, undefeated world champion who is highly regarded in the world of boxing. I mean, I can understand him saying that, this is neglect on my promoter's behalf. He didn't do the best job he could have. And he said disparaging things against me about my market that devalued my market value to where now when I left, I become a free agent. It's hard for me to even get a fight. Won't promoter touch me. I can get that. Bam. All the way. Yes. 1,000%. Yes. I'm with you on that. My thing is, how are you going to prove the racial bias part? I'm going to say this again for people who are slow. This is a 24 page lawsuit. I am only referring to what everybody else is talking about, the racial bias aspect of a 23-page lawsuit. The lawsuit has more than the racial bias aspect in it. It has a multitude of things that Crawford is suing for. I am only speaking about the subject matter at hand that relates to the racial bias aspect. How are you going to prove that? Unless you got something very concrete outside of circumstantial evidence, outside of a Fred Barbershop Conversation interview, outside of something that Trill Boxing have said, outside of something that that any of the LDBC members have said, you're going to have to come with something more than that. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Boston United. He said he signs black fighters. One, because they make up a large portion of the fighters in the entire sport. Two, they make for bigger fights rivalries when facing fighters of other ethnic groups. Okay, all right. Yeah, shout out to Boston United, man. Y'all please go check out my brother over there, man. That's all I'm saying. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the like button. Let me, as a matter of fact, I was gonna let me see what we got. How many likes we got? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the like button, man. Hey, man, God damn, hold on, man. Y'all ain't showing the boy no love today, man. You know what? Let me go ahead and drop this. Let me go ahead and drop this phone line. Drop the phone lines. Drop the phone lines, and I don't let no anybody. Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna do something special today. Fuck it. We're gonna do something special today. Let me see. We're gonna do something special today. Let's do this. Let's do this. Phone lines. Nah, you know, I don't like doing that, man, because people gonna be yelling and arguing and all the, yelling and arguing and shit. Let me just drop the phone lines. I don't be wanting to deal with all that. Phone lines is open, man. Now 530-494-9636. 530-494-9636. So you guys talk to me. Tell me, what do you think? Y'all call in, tell me what you think. We got to keep it short. I'm opening the phone lines early. We are an hour and 5 minutes into the show, so we're gonna rock for another hour and a half. So phone lines is open, man. Phone lines is open. Let's see what make sure. Okay. Hold on, guys. We got a call calling in. Got a call calling in. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Trap from Orlando.
Trap from Orlando with the league read. What you want to talk about?
Man, I think the valuing is worse than the racial bias. I mean, you taking money out of my pocket for real when you talking bad about what I'm worth, don't you think?
Yeah. No, yeah, I know. I'm with you on that. I'm not disagreeing with any of that. My question is, that's neglect on the promoter's behalf. My question is, How are you going to prove that your skin color was the determining factor that those comments were made?
Yeah, he might not be able to prove that part, but he can prove that he was bad mouthing his work though.
Right. That you're talking about slander. Yes, he did slander.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did slander. Yeah, absolutely. You can listen. Slander, defamation of character, scandalizing my name, besmirchifying my good character, which devalue me in the market of boxing. Yes, I'm with you on all of that. My question is, and you already answered the question, Trap. Thank you so much, brother, for calling in, man. He's gonna have a hard time proving that to me. Hey, Trap, thank you so much for calling in, fam. Shout out to Trap, man. As I say, slander. Yeah. Slander. You can a whole lot of shit, but it's other stuff he got in this lawsuit. I advise y'all to check check out the lawsuit. Let me go ahead and drop the link, man. I haven't dropped the link in a while. Oh, hey, shout out to Retro, man. You want to come on, man? Let me know, man. I'm not letting everybody on. There's only a few people that I'm letting on this show, and that's it, bro. Cause a lot of dudes be sending, they be sending dick pics and all that stuff. I don't do all that shit, bro. I ain't with the clowning, none of that. I'm gonna drop the link. If I don't know you, I ain't letting your ass in. Just letting you know, if I don't know you, I'm not letting you in. I need to see your face. That's it. I'm not, that's how I'm doing it. Hold on. As a matter of fact, hold on, guys. Hold on, let me see something. I dropped the. I'm gonna drop the link right here. Drop the link right here so anybody want to come. Yeah, it's only a few people. Don't take it personal. But if I don't know you, your ass ain't coming in here like that. And I'm not because these guys be doing some crazy shit. I don't like opening up my panel anymore like that. You know what I mean? So, but I haven't done it in a while. So, show link. That's it. That's the show link right there. It's there. Yeah, man, that's all I'm saying. Like, I mean, I can everything else in it. I read the entire lawsuit. Everything else he's saying, I agree 1,000%. But you can sue for anything, but what are you going to be able to prove? What kind of character witnesses do you have? Is there anybody in top rank that's going to corroborate what you're saying? Because you talked about Tom DeBuff as well. You know, you talked about the buff as well, so you're going to have to show, yeah, man. You know, this is it. This the whole pit. This the whole system they got right here. You know, I don't know how he's going to be able to prove that part of it. That's all I'm saying. It's proving it. That's all I'm saying. How are you going to prove that? He said, "What's the Cash App, Coach?" Oh, here go the Cash App right here. Sorry about that. I'm tripping. Cash App at the, hold on, my bad. The Cash App is right here. Cash App is New Media Today USA Boxing. It's strolling at the bottom of the screen right now. It's strolling at the bottom of the screen right now, Terrence. Cash App, $ New Media Today USA Boxing. Look at the bottom of the screen. You'll see it. James. He say Coach got them snipers. I said something they didn't agree with. Hey, listen, no, y'all don't block James, man. Listen, don't block James. Don't delete his comment. Don't block him. Don't delete his comment, please. James, you know, he's a good brother. He's a good guy. Me and him don't agree on a lot of things, but just because I don't agree with James does not mean that I want him blocked. We gotta have people with opposite opinions of us. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to be like the other channels. If you say something we don't like, we block them. We don't do that over here. We only gonna block or time out if you say something racist in the chat, racist against people. If you attack women and attack children, yeah, that's it. Anything else, man, you know, as long as you ain't like saying no, you know, like pornography or nothing like that. But yeah, man, let people, man, you know, we can't be, you know, timing people out because they say something we don't like. Shit. No, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. We're not gonna do that, man. So moderators, please don't do that. Again, if they're being racist, they're attacking women and they're attacking children, get their ass out of here. Outside of that, man, you know. Dolomite says, this is the same lawyer Mikey Garcia used. Let's not ignore the patterns. Yeah, but Mikey Garcia did not sue for racism, though. That's the thing. Blood, that's you, fam?
Coach, what's up, brother?
Man, what's going on, man? Shout out to my brother Retro Boss in the documentary. Let's give my brother a round of applause.
Hey, Coach, man, I just wanted to say real quick that it's going to be hard to prove all the racist stuff, but the allegations as far as being racist and all of that, but the slander and all of that, that's the part that he needs to focus on. Like you said, it was 23 pages long, and I haven't checked it out yet. I'm going to go look and check it out. But there are some things that he did that falls in the lines of slander and, like you said, defamation of character and all of that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff right there is going to be a problem for Bob Arum because he did do that. And Bob Arum has done this stuff for several years. He got away with it in the 1970s and 80s because when he was slandering fighters and stuff like that, he got away with it because a lot of this stuff wasn't being recorded. The media back then they just put his quote in the newspapers. So there's a lot of stuff that Bob Arum has done that's been questionable. When it comes to slander, he should have been checked on that long time ago.
Long time ago, blood. You're right about that.
The fact that he's doing that, I would focus on that.
Hold on, Colin.
But I do also believe, since an attorney took the case, I do believe that he has more than what he's given us. So this is one of them type of things that we're going to have to see play out a little bit. And I'm glad he done it. Even though he probably can't prove it, I personally think that Bob Arum is a racist piece of shit. That's just
me too.
I've always felt that way, Coach. I felt that way for several decades, you know. But like you said, that's going to be something that's going to be hard to prove. Did you know, Coach, that we already have George Foreman coming out speaking for him?
Yeah. George Foreman, it's going to be a plethora of fighters that's going to come out and speak for Bob Arum. It's going to be Timothy Bradley. Every black fighter that's probably boxed for Bob Arum, as well as Latino fighters, is going to be character witnesses for him.
That would be really sad if it's Bradley, though, because Bradley's supposed to be a friend of Terence Crawford.
Man, listen, man.
You never know. You never know, right?
Troy. I mean, I'm talking about Troy. Blood. Again, you can say neglect, slander. Slander. I don't know how Bob Arum get out of the slander, but as it relates to racial bias, to me that's gonna be hard to prove. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? We got a call on the line on Blood. Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Jerron calling from New York, bro. What's up, Coach?
Jerron, what the lick read, man? Calling from New York. What you got to say about this subject matter, man? Do you think Terence Crawford can prove this racial bias?
Evidently he can because he ain't gonna give you everything. He was over there. He was over there for so long. So evidently he got proof. I don't know. You know, I'm just sitting back watching. I'm not into arguing over it, nothing like that, because the truth always come out.
Right.
Every lie always be revealed. It takes a little while, but you got to remember the truth takes a while to come out.
Right. Do you agree?
Process.
Hey, Blood, I want to ask you a question. Do you agree? You and Jerron, Blood, I'm going to you first. Do you agree that Terence Crawford played his cards right? But I remember when a lot of the channels was attacking him, calling him top rank, told me this and that. One of those channels, not gonna lie, I got to give a brother props now. Fight Fan Figures. I was shocked that he did it, and I'm gonna give him props. Shout out to Trill Boxing. I don't know the brother, never met him, but I got to give him props. He came out and he basically apologized. He was like, well, he didn't apologize, but he was like, hey man, you know, he take his head off to Terence Crawford for standing up. You know, he's basically saying this is for black people, all black boxers. He said that he was one of the people who said disparaging things against Crawford, not knowing that Crawford was sitting on this, planning on doing this. So now those same channels who were dissing Crawford, now they love Crawford. What do you think? Do you think that this is smart, what Crawford did, not suing while he was still under contract?
Yeah, you have to be silent. I mean, really, we all know that the promoter's supposed to work for the fighter, but I don't see it that way in this environment. Yeah. It's usually the fighters are working, because when you ask the fighter what you doing next, they say, ask my promoter. So the promoter is the one doing a whole bunch of setting up the next fights and all kind of stuff. Okay, so the fighter's supposed to the promoter's supposed to work for the fighter, but that's not what I'm seeing. I think that it was a smart thing for Terence Crawford to wait until after he left to come out with this information. And the question is, we don't know how long he's been holding this information, right? Now, as far as the people who's now all of a sudden, you know, want to be supportive of him, I think if a man could come on here and say, hey, I made some mistakes, I said the wrong things about him, maybe I was a little bit too hard on him or something like that, I could respect that, right? I could respect that. I could overlook that, because we all say some things sometimes that we regret, right?
That's true.
But
that's true.
Let's stop attacking Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford didn't do nothing to be called any kind of top-ranked Toby and all of that anyway, right? And that's how I feel about it. Y'all already heard how I felt about that. He had no business being called that, because he didn't do anything that should have he didn't do anything to lead us to calling him that, right? He's married to a black woman. He's got black children. I don't care who the next man marries, but he defines the part of a black man to me. Everything he does. I mean, I don't see no reason why they did that, but it's better now than never. Let me make myself short here. Better now than never.
All right, Jerron, what you got to say on that before I move on to the other phone lines? Go ahead.
I believe you can't get in your feelings with certain stuff. You just got to do it professional, and classy. Everything he's doing is professional, is classy, and I'm just gonna sit back and see what happens. That's all you can do. Sit back and see. It don't matter what I think. It don't matter what you think. It don't matter what nobody thinks. Mm-hmm. It's all about the two people that's going at it right now, and the truth will prevail. That's it.
Right. I'm not.
If the system is right, the truth will prevail.
Right. Yes, sir. I'm not jumping out the window. You know what I mean? I don't jump out the window on nothing. I'm the type of person, you got to keep your emotions in check. Let's see how this thing play out, because we don't know anything. All we know what's publicly been revealed to us. We don't know what type of evidence Terence Crawford has. He probably have a whole lot of stuff, because he's a quiet guy in front of the public. He don't say nothing. Did nobody see this coming? He didn't telegraph his moves, none of that. This shocked everybody. So
listen. Remember this right here. The quietest man in the room is the most dangerous man in the room. Okay? And the most smartest man in the room. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say not one word. He took everything that people gave him. Everything. He took everything people gave him. Sometimes you got to walk through the darkness in order to see the light, man. So we'll see. That's all I got to say, Coach.
All right, well, shout out to Jerron, man, calling in from New York, man. Shout out to the brother, man, calling in from New York, man. Also, I got a super chat. I got a cash out to work out, man. Hey, shout out to my main man, Terence Trotter. Hold on, fam. Hold on. For dropping another half for, bam, super chat on your boy. via Cash App.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
That's it, man. So yeah, man. So other than that, hold on. What does dude say? They say boxing fans saying, coach saying that you ain't a PBV star. Is it slander? Listen, man, bro, like y'all. All right, hold on, blood. Let me do this one more time. Sorry about this, blood. Bear with me one moment. I hope the people who are watching this show, please listen. I don't want to talk to people like they short boy, shorty, and slow. I specifically said in the beginning of the show, even right up until when Blood came on the show, I said slander, yes, he can sue for all of that. I specifically said boxing fan. I'm going to say this again. I don't know if you slow or you stupid, but I specifically said that he's going to have a hard time proving racial bias. He has a lawsuit that's a 23-page lawsuit. That 23-page lawsuit he's suing for several different things. I said, as it relates to this one particular aspect that everybody else is focusing on in the lawsuit, he's going to have a hard time, in my opinion, proving that unless he has something else concrete. I said, and when it comes, has he been slandered? Yes, he's been slandered. Has it been defamation of character? Yes, me and Blood have said that. No one is arguing that. So I hope that I made myself clear. Let me move on. Yeah, Blood. So that's all I'm saying, bro. Like, I think that, you know, everything else, you know, just the, again, I'm not an attorney. Right. I'm not an attorney, guys. So I don't know. I don't know nothing. I'm just a content creator. I'm not a YouTube attorney. You know, I don't understand boxing contracts. I'm not an accountant. None of that shit. I'm not a manager or promoter. I'm just a fan who loves the sport of boxing more than I love a particular fighter who has a YouTube channel. That's it. So I'm not acting like I know more than what I know. That shit there's out of my, it's not my lane. You know what I mean? That's not my lane. But I'm just saying, you know,
and I think you did a great job explaining it, Coach. You know, basically it's going to be hard to prove that part of the allegations. But as far as slander, defamation of character, and things like that, Terence Crawford, I believe he has something in that area.
Hold on.
You know, we just go off of what we have so far. He might have more information.
Might have more information.
People brought it. Go ahead, Coach. Sorry.
No, caller, don't hang up. Do not hang up, caller. Let me address this guy right here. This guy says, what this dude? This is my last time addressing you, fam. This is my last time addressing you. He said, you talking like lawyers, don't lie. Dude, how the hell I can talk like something that I don't even know how to be? I'm not a lawyer. I don't even know how to talk like a lawyer. I don't even know the linguistic lingo that attorneys use. What are you talking about, sir? I totally disagree with you. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
David from Omaha.
David from Omaha. David, baby, what the link read, baby? What you want to talk about?
Oh man, yeah, he might have a little something with that racism. The one guy from Top Rank hopped on there talking about they made him $1 million slave. And you know that could be spun in the courtroom with a good lawyer.
What guy?
And you know, I'm just assuming after being at Top Rank since 2011, you know, I'm pretty sure they got some type of receipts or something going on for them to even use that racial bias. You know, I don't believe that Bud would use, you know, bring that up without no weight behind it.
I think it's his attorney. I think it's this attorney
that was said, Coach. It was said. I saw that same thing.
Yeah, that attorney is the one that's pushing this angle, from my understanding of it. But you say the guy from Top Rank. What guy from Top Rank?
I forgot. It was a tweet that had went out, and he had said somebody was talking about Bud was a Top Rank slave, and then he came back and said that no, we made him he's $1 million slave. You know, he was trying to be sarcastic that in his rebuttal, but at the same time, a good lawyer can use that, you know, just to show some things that may be going on at Top Rank.
Okay. And that's a possibility. Again, we don't know anything. We don't know nothing. We on the outside looking in. So when you're on the outside looking in, it's really kind of hard to form an opinion and try to litigate certain things. Like I don't know how to litigate. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not an attorney. But you know, I'm just, you know, I believe, you know what? He's been quiet all of this time. I'm pretty sure he got something. He might have something. I don't know how he's going to prove.
He's been too quiet. He's been way too quiet.
Now,
Coach, the guy who said it was Bruce Trampler. His name
Bruce
is
Trampler. Okay, let me write that down. Bruce Trampler. Yeah, Bruce Trampler. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Bruce Trampler. So So he has a lot of things in the lawsuit. I advise everybody to go look at it. He can sue for slander, defamation of character, maybe all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Again, racial bias. Unless you got something concrete where he's saying, man, F this nigga Terence Crawford, I don't give a damn about him. I'm gonna sabotage his career because of his color, and this is the system that we like. You know, kind of like how they had what the dude who used to own the the LA Clippers. They forced him to sell his basketball team. He got paid $2 billion for it. $2 billion. $2 billion. So really they kind of looked out for him. But hey, David, man, from Omaha, thank you for calling in, my brother. Okay. I salute you.
Most definitely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to Dave from Omaha calling, man. All right, Blood. The phone lines is burning up today, Blood. I got another call calling in. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
My name's Jerry, calling from Baltimore.
Jerry calling from Baltimore. What the link read? What you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the topic the man is discussing right here, Bud Crawford.
Yes, sir. Do you think that he'll be able to prove the racial bias? What do you think about that?
No, I don't think. I mean, how's he gonna prove it? By showing where Bob Arum signed him when nobody else would? PBC wouldn't sign him. Nobody. They all had opportunities to sign him. Bob signed him a couple of times, paid him millions of dollars. Terence is one of my favorite fighters. At least he was up until now. But
why is he not your favorite fighter now?
Because I think this lawsuit is not only frivolous, I think, Bob Arum's a lawyer, and he got the best lawyers. He's probably going to countersue Terence for slandering, because that's a heavy allegation to say that. If Bob was a racist, he never would have signed Terence. Terence had a chance to sign. Well, PBC and everybody else has had chances to sign him. Even right now, it's been weeks since he's been a free agent, and still nobody signed him. The guy from PBC just said the other day that he's not marketable, and don't look out for him fighting Spence because he's not a marketable fighter. When Bob Arum said that about him, he wasn't slandering him. He was telling the truth. Now, Buddy's a hell of a fighter in the ring, and he's a throwback killer. I love the guy in the ring, but the fact of the matter is Bob Arum is a 90-year-old man. He can't do no song and dance to make Bud popular. He overpaid for Amir Khan $7 million, tried to get Bud a name on his resume. The fight didn't sell, and like I say, he's paid Bud when others had the opportunity to, even right now, and they're not doing it. And so now Bud has had time to sign with somebody since then, and I think nobody's picking him up, and now he wants to sue Bob Arum, the one guy that was feeding him.
All right, so we don't, but he's been a free agent for a little bit now. We don't know what he has in the works, and just because Bob Arum signed them and stuff like that doesn't mean he's racist. I feel like Bob Arum is racist as hell for a lot of the things that he said over the years. I've never been a fan of Bob Arum, but my thing is this: if you love the fighter because you like his boxing skills and you don't like him anymore because of a lawsuit that he has against the promoter, then I question whether you really liked him at all. That's all I'm saying. But
if you don't mind,
go ahead.
I don't try to get too personal with the fighters because the fighters come and go. I've been a fan since Ali was the heavyweight champion, and I don't see many great fighters come and go. And it's hard to know who the good guys really are and who the bad guy. A lot of times you think the bad guy, you think a guy's a bad guy and he's paying for fighters' funeral expenses and doing stuff that you don't know about. And conversely, a lot of times you think a guy's a good guy and this guy goes home and beats his wife up and stuff like that. So you don't know. I don't try to get too personal, but you seem like you say you don't get too personal, but it seems like you made your mind up already as it relates to what you think about this situation. We really don't know anything. We don't know what Terence Crawford has. We do know that Bob Arum, Terence been fighting with Bob for like 10, 11 years.
Yes, we know that.
And Bob paid him. He's paid him millions of dollars during that time. And what we also know, we know that. Yeah. And what we also know during that time is other promoters had chances to sign Bud and they didn't. And the guys at PBC, the guy just said recently, just yesterday.
We gotta wrap the call up, brother. We gotta wrap the call up. But they're
not gonna sign him when he's going around slandering him.
I get what you're saying, but slander, when you slander someone and defame their character, that right there, in my opinion, is definitely is grounds for a lawsuut.
But how did he do that?
What you mean? How did he slander? What do you mean? How did he do that? I'm losing money. I'm losing money. The money I lost on Crawford, I can build. I could have built up.
Okay, but when you don't say
But if
that,
that's true.
wait. Hear me out. As a matter of fact, thank you. I don't want to.
We don't know for sure if that's true, anyways.
But let's do this though. Thank you for calling in. I'm not here to debate this with you. Thank you for calling in, Jared from B-More. Salute to you, Jared. Yeah. Anyway,
he said that black fighters don't sell. He said that.
Anyway, so from what I got from this conversation from this guy, he's a pro Bob Arum guy, right? So he's capping for Bob Arum. All I'm saying is this. I get it. He's made Crawford a millionaire, all that stuff there. That still does not negate all of the other things that's in the lawsuit. That's all I'm saying. I'm not an attorney. We don't know what is it, where is it going to go, whatever the case may be. But he seemed like he was pro Bob Arum, and all of a sudden, well, I was a fan of his until now. Now, what you mean until now? Because of the lawsuit? Well, if you fall out with a fighter because he's suing the promoter, you wasn't down with that fighter in the first goddamn place. That's how I see it. So, anyways, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's happening? I'm calling from VA, Richmond. How you doing?
VA, Richmond, Richmond, Virginia. Where you calling from? I mean, what's your name? Sorry about that.
Yeah. Name is Anthony. Name is Anthony, man. I listen to you all the time. You and Mr. Blood here.
Yeah, man. That's my brother there, man. Old Blood, man. What's going on, fam? What you think about the subject matter here?
Okay, this is all I wanted to share with you, Coach. The only thing that Crawford is alleging in this complaint is breach of contract.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
Fraudulent misrepresentation and negligent misrepresentation. Racial bias has nothing to do with the claim. This may be some language that his attorney is using within the claim to support the claim. You understand what I'm saying? Or within the complaint to support the claim.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
So all he has to do is produce that contract, and within that contract, if Arum promised him certain things that he didn't fulfill, that's basically all the evidence he needs.
Yes.
If he promised him a Spence fight and he didn't produce, that's fraudulent. That's like a jury can find him guilty of fraudulent. You understand?
I understand what you're saying, but I don't know. Like this is like what I can't do is I can't try to litigate it because I'm not an attorney. I don't know what
I understand.
You get what I'm saying, brother? Like I don't know what he'll be able to prove or what he won't be able to prove. But you're right. The negligence and all of that stuff there, the slander, the misrepresentation of your fighter, because of the things that you've said in public, devalued him, hurt him on the open market. Yes, I get all of that. I'm
But Coach, forget about the racism, forget about the slander, forget about all that. Only thing he is alleging, he is claiming he has a legal claim for a breach of contract. So all the judge has to do when he reads that complaint is say, okay, based on these facts that you're alleging, do you prove or can you prove breach of contract? It's simply a breach of contract civil suit. And I'm going to tell you this, Coach. Arum will settle this out of court. He will not take this to court. Trust me. His attorney, trial. He won't take this to trial. His attorney already knows that they can prove every element needed to establish this claim. So this is a wrap, man.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see what he have, man. Shout out to Anthony, man, calling from Richmond, VA, man. Thank you, brother, for calling in. We'll see, man.
Good, man.
Yes, sir. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Blood, you hit the nail right on the head. We really don't know He probably got a whole lot of shit. We don't know. Shout out to Boxing Logic United. For dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Boxing Logic, he said, this is what he say, Blood. He said, here's an interesting subtopic. How do you guys think all of this will affect Shakur Stevenson from this point on? I don't think it'll affect him pretty much at all. At the end of the day, the promoter wants to make money. So
the reason he's asking, though, Coach, is because Shakur Stevenson has already spoke out for Terence Crawford, and I think he's backing up. This is what I heard. I don't know if it's true because I didn't hear it out of Shakur's mouth. But supposedly he's going around saying that Crawford is right and that Arum is a racist and stuff. That's what I heard. Like I said, Coach, I can't back that up.
You can't back that up. Okay, I can try to find it and see while we on. Let's see. Shout out to Gregory Lewis for dropping that. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over.
Gregory Lewis says Bob Arum took advantage of Terence Crawford's lack of negotiating his contracts. This is not going to be proven by claiming racial bias. I'm not gonna lie. I think Bo Mack did a really good job, Greg, with the contract that Bud Crawford received from Top Rank. He got paid the highest guarantee of any welterweight, and for every time he was not able to land the Spence fight after 2019, he got paid an extra $1 million on top of that. And this is why Bob Arum was complaining. I'm paying this guy all of this money and I ain't making the money back. So Bo Mack is his manager. Bo Mack did a damn good job. I'm like, you feel me, blood? Like, okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm getting paid.
Job.
He did a great job.
The thing about this comment, though, right here, is the last sentence. It says, this is not going to be proven by claiming racial bias. Like Coach just said, this contract is 23 pages long. So that's not the only thing that's he's trying to say that happened, right? There's slander going on, defamation, all kinds of shit, right? So it's not, we're focusing too much on the racial bias. He has something out against Bob Arum right now, man. It's 23 pages long, so we got to see all of that shit.
We got to see all of it. Listen, hold on. What's going on in the chat? Listen, moderators, please do not block, time out anybody. I don't know who's doing this. Don't time out anybody. If they're not saying anything racist or attacking women and children, don't time them out. Please don't do that. You know what I mean? Don't time them out, you know? They disagree with me. They say they want to say, I don't give a damn shit. I don't care. You know what I mean? It's not that serious to me. But yeah, all I'm saying is, yeah, I just, if he can prove it, that'll be fine. 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 So, cause I really don't, I don't care too much for Bob Arum. It's no secret. You guys know me. I don't like none of them mugs. I don't like none of them. And I'm not here going to cap for Bob Arum. Now I did trip this dude here who called from B-More. He was like, yeah, man, I was a fan of Bud until he filed a lawsuit against Bob Arum. And then he went on this pro Bob Arum rant. And I'm like, dude, you don't know what the hell is going on. You're on the outside looking in. And if you stop liking a fighter because he sued a promoter and the promoters don't get in the ring and fight and none of that stuff there, that tells me a lot about yourself. So yeah, I'm not with the pro Bob Arum bullshit, but I do want to be fair and balanced. I don't know what the hell Terence Crawford has. None of us know. We're going to have to see how it plays out. But based on what, we don't know exactly what they have. He has a damn good attorney, though. He has a damn good attorney, and we'll just see how it plays out. Hopefully, he has more than what they're revealing, which I think they do. I think they do. I really do.
Me too.
So you believe that too, Blood?
Yes, sir. I sure do.
I believe that wholeheartedly, man. I really do. Let's see what they talk about in the chat. He said Crawford was the best paid boxer in the division for some time. Okay. Tried and true, Blood. He said, I remember hearing something about that Manny fight. Yeah. He was trying to do the Manny fight. Oh, shout out to Lady Shan. Lady Shan in the building. Hey, okay. Shan, I didn't know you was here, Shan. I didn't know you was here. Let's see. Mark Nash in the building. Hey, okay. Damian Bennett, what you say, fam? He said, man, he ain't from B-More. We're not claiming that fool. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Hey, Jay say, I've been blocked 5 times a day. The rest is not LDC. Hey, man, y'all, hey, shout out to the Queen Bless 365. For dropping that quarter over, bam, dub on you, boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Oh, boy.
Playtime's over, boy.
You say, man, Coach, that was Bob Arum's grandson. Shout out to the Queen, man, for dropping that. Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm just being real with you guys. I'm just calling it the way I see it. I'm gonna try to be fair and balanced as possible. I don't know. I mean, again, it's what you can prove. It's what you can prove. But I'm not a fan of promoters. I'm just not, guys. So if you want me to cap if I ain't gonna cap for Al Haymon, goddamn well I'm not gonna cap for Bob Arum. So no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that today. I'm not doing that. No, sir. I'm saying Crawford has no personality, and he don't even promote himself. Aaron did what he did, give him ESPN time. Crawford just doesn't sell. Okay, and that's fine. That's fine. Terence Crawford doesn't have a personality. He doesn't promote himself. He just doesn't sell. That's fine. But I don't think that has anything to do with the merits of the lawsuit.
And
I
not
agree with you
only
on
that,
all of
it's Aram's job to promote him. You guys
Right.
keep going back to this Terence Crawford don't sell, but Bob Arum is a promoter, and it's his job to promote Terence Crawford. He's had the ESPN platform, top-ranked boxing since 1981 or 82, I believe, right? He could have ran more commercials. He could have did more. He's getting old. He's 90 years old. Somebody said earlier about they brought up his age. Come on, he's a 90-year-old man. Well, he's a 90-year-old man that's still in the business. So he needs to be held accountable.
Hold on. Lady Shan, I'm dropping the link if you want to get on. Mark Nash, you can too. Hold on. Got a call calling in. Hold on. Got a call. Hold on. We got another thing. The phone lines is burning up. Hey, hold on. Let's see what's up, man. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Coach? This is Bo.
Bo, what the link read? Hold on, fam. Hold on. I'm trying to. The hell, I cannot spell today. Oh, okay. I forgot how to spell season. Here you go. Yeah, hold on. Let me get this super chat out of the way. Shout out to Deborah. Shout out to the Queen Deborah Booker for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Let's see. Deborah Booker, thank you so much, Queen. Let's see. Mr. Turican, he said Bud has made an estimated $8 million in January 2021. I don't know how true that is. I mean, I know he got paid from the they were showing he had a net worth of $8 million in 2000 early in 2021 last year. You know, you say as of January 2021, the other's 2022. So I'm pretty sure he made more than that. I don't know who Danny Boy is. Danny Boy, you're not coming on this show. I don't know who you are. Don't know who you are, sir. I don't know who you are. You're not coming on the show. Sorry. His primary source of income is boxing. Fights against Jose Benavidez, Jeff Horn. He earned the combined $6.6 million. Yeah, what they report to the public don't always be true, so you can't really go by that. You know what I mean? He made another $6 million gross fighting Sean Porter. So, you know, if he had a net worth of $8 million, he fought Sean Porter for another $6 million after taxes and paying everybody. He may come away with 2.5, maybe 3 if he lucky. You know what I mean? So he got an 8-figure net worth if this is accurate. Bo, talk to me, fam. What you want to talk about? There's something you said to me yesterday about go ahead and tell me what you said yesterday. Go ahead and talk.
Oh, you talking about what I was saying? Do you think the reason why he's fouled is because of, like, you know, some social media, you know, celebrities or whatever, basically putting certain things in his head that influence him to, you know, drop the lawsuit with the racial bias thing? Because remember, some of these guys was shitting on Terence Crawford for the longest.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They call him out his name, call him a slave or whatever the case. And all of a sudden now he dropped this lawsuit, and now they one of his biggest cheerleaders. So that's the part I didn't understand. But anyway, this is what I wanted to touch on, Coach. I don't, you know, it's kind of weird. Like when I hear people say Terence Crawford doesn't sell and stuff like that, and that's cool. He might not have the best personality, right, when it comes to selling himself and making himself marketable. But at the end of the day, we can't pretend like other fighters that has been superstars had to gift the gab when they talk. You know what I'm saying? Like Manny Pacquiao wasn't a talker like that, but he sold. And I know people gonna say, well, he had a country behind him. Well, so do we. I mean, we in America, we have a country behind us. It's the fact of the matter is that if you could put on a show and you do your thing in the ring, you're gonna sell, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it still comes down to the promoter. You got to promote the fight. You got to promote the event. You got to put the event on, and you know, you just got to promote it. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk. The one thing you could do bad is you talk bad about your fighter. Mm-hmm. Once you talk bad about your fighter, you done pretty much, not only you killing the fighter reputation, you almost like you killing your own reputation because it's your promotion.
Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. If you're new to the channel or old to the channel, hit the like button. Share this video as well. Yeah, I mean, I get all of that. I'm trying to tie in the so basically I don't know the strategy of this attorney. So, I'm speaking out of ignorance because there's a lot of stuff that we don't know. I'm anxious to see how this attorney is going to prove racial bias. It's what you can prove. Well, I'm anxious to see that.
Right,
Like, what
right.
kind of evidence they have for that? You know what I mean? Because listen, listen. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I do believe that he's gonna listen. Blood just said it. You know, George Foreman speaking out on his behalf. That man gonna have a whole bunch of black fighters come to court and speak on his behalf that he's promoting. That's still a
Why
lie.
is he being held to self-promotion so much when other fighters don't self-promote? Anthony Joshua don't self-promote because he has a real promoter in Eddie Hearn who promotes for him, right? I mean, just because the internet is here now, there's no rule that says a promoter was supposed to stop doing his job because of the internet. Anthony Joshua don't talk much. There's other fighters out there that don't talk much, and they got great promotion from their promoters because they do their job. Bob Arum is not doing his job, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah, he's not doing his job. So that's what I was saying. Like you can say the things that I'm losing money on this guy. He doesn't sell. All of the stuff, that disparaging things that he said. I don't even have a list of it that he said about his fighter. You can say, hey, listen, this hurt his market value once he became a free agent. It devalued him. Don't nobody want to touch him again. Let me ask you another question, Bo. This for you and Blood. Do you think that he will be able to get any fights now? Or do you think that he's going to be? Or do you think he's going to be whiteballed?
I think he's already been balled out. You know what I'm saying? I think that's already happened, and I think he will get more fights. I've been hearing some stuff, some different things, but once again, I don't even want to say what those things I've been hearing are because you can't be verified. I heard about MTK Global might be interested in him, all kind of different stuff, but I do believe that he will get more fights. That's why Shakur Stevenson came up earlier, because Shakur Stevenson is talking and he's still with Bob Arum. At least Terence Crawford could go make a deal somewhere else, but he can't do that with Bob Arum slandering him, though. I think he'll be all right.
Okay. Because that's what I was worried about, because Bob Arum is, arguably the most powerful promoter in boxing. He's been around the longest, so he knows a lot of people. He's very powerful, and he can reach out to certain people to make sure certain things don't happen. He can't get this fight. This promoter don't want to touch him. The PBC don't want to touch him. The black company don't want to touch him. So I'm like, how do you explain that? Like, PBC is a pro-black company. He's not with Bob Arum anymore. They don't want to touch him. So I don't know. I don't know where he goes.
Like you proved to us, Coach. PBC is not black owned. You're the one who proved all of that shit to us.
Hey, Shan, I dropped the link. I tag you with it. Hold on. Shan, here go the link right here. I got somebody tried to come in. There goes the link right there, Shan. I just dropped the link. Man, my mouse is tripping today, man. Yeah, I just dropped the link right there, Shan. Yeah, so I had some guy trying to come in. I don't know who the hell that is. I'm not letting anyone in I don't know. You know what I mean? Because I know how these dudes be playing. These dudes be, hey, Blood, I don't know if you ever do a show and you bring people on the panel, you got to make sure you know that's who that is. Because these dudes, man, they be doing some strange stuff,
kinds of stuff, man. They'll
man.
flash the camera, take their pants down, all kinds of crazy
man.
stuff. I don't blame you for that.
I just take the phone calls.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bo.
I seen some joints back in the day before it was StreamYard, and I guess when it was Google Hangout, and you try to invite somebody on, and they playing porno in the background, then they hacking your joint, they hack into your account, and all of a sudden they taking control of your own stream.
Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely got to be careful with that.
Shane, what the link read? Is this you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's me.
I gotta make sure.
Hey, what's up, man?
What up, Blood? What up?
My sister.
I gotta give y'all. I ain't give Bold or I gave Blood one, but I gotta give Bold and Shane a round of applause.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What a mess in the boxing community, as usual.
Yeah, I got my brother here, Blood. I got Blood, got Bold on the phone. I got the boxing historian, Blood. So it's good. I like to keep stuff boxing. I like to learn stuff. I've been watching a lot of Blood old videos because I try to learn a lot about the sport of boxing, because especially from people who know more than me. but this is a hot topic. I wanted to cover it. People was asking me what my take on it. Hit me on Instagram. Coach, what you think about this? What you think about this? I said, you'll find out tomorrow, man. Shout out to Muhammad M.
The stickiest of the icky. You want to smoke with the old boy Rick James?
Wrong sound effect. Hey, okay. To dropping that $2, bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Muhammad M said no promoter would trust him after this. No fights for him. You know, I don't know. Bomb Squad. They got Bomb Squad in the building.
To this day.
Eric, what's up, fam?
Okay. Big up Eric Gomez.
Eric Gomez, what's going on, bro? So Shane, what do you think about and Blood said it best. This is a 23-page lawsuit, so it's not about the racial bias. But the reason why I'm talking about it is because everyone else is asking me, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Some people feel like Bud is race using a race card. Some people feel like Bob Arum is the greatest promoter in the world. Some people feel like people are all over the world with this. So one side feels, did you hear this one guy? He said that, yeah, man, I was a big fan of Bud until this lawsuit. And I asked him, I said, why are you a big fan of the lawsuit? You know what I mean? So,
you weren't a real fan then. You weren't a real fan if that's all it takes. I'm not a fan of his anymore. Well, okay, I'm sure Bud's not going to lose any sleep about you not being his fan anyway. For me, I've always had the undertone, like I said to you guys in our own little private dealings, I've always had the undertone that Bob was slyly racist. I can't just say, yeah, he is. Do I have proof? Oh, he uses a lot of, I would say, racial rhetoric, describing Bud to somewhat as a slave being released. I forget the quote verbatim, but it was he's always using those types of slurs, and I'm just not down with it. He's got 3 summers left and counting, so he better hope he survives to see what this lawsuit fucking brings out, mate, because God don't sleep and God don't like ugly. So I don't know what this whole lawsuit in its entirety is about. I'm from the UK. I don't know US law, but what I will do, I will support Bud and what he does. But then I did say to you guys in our group that I think he's on his way to being blackballed, unfortunately.
Hold on. Shout out to the queen, bad girl TKO. She said she want to call in. Yeah, I'm gonna let you call in. Hey, Bo, I gotta let the phone out.
Yeah, I get off. Hey, before I go, Coach, where'd you find that 23-page lawsuit at? Or are you talking about the website, like the articles and stuff?
Yeah, he filed it in Nevada. He filed it in Nevada, so it's on their website. I gotta try to pull it up. Yeah, it's public record.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's public
well,
record.
Thanks for having me on, man, and everybody on the panel. Take care.
Yeah.
All right, shout out to my brother Bo, man.
Peace out, my bro.
Bad girl TKO. I'm gonna put the phone number up right now. Mark Nash, is this you? Mark Nash, is this you? Going once? Going twice? No, this is not Mark Nash. All right, I will not be. Shout out to the queen, Bless 365.
The stickiest of the icky.
Wrong sound
effect. You want to smoke with the old boy Rick James?
For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
I'm gonna put the phone line back on that bad girl TK. Hold on. She said we don't know what Terence Crawford went through with that company and Bob's salty crusty self. Yeah, we don't know because he didn't say anything, right? So I'm not jumping out the window for a promoter. You know what I mean? So I'm never going to do that. So that's all I'm saying. I'm never going to do that. And again, I tell you guys, it's a 23-page lawsuit. It's not a lawsuit that's just claiming racial bias. Don't get stuck on that. Understand it's a 23. I advise you to go to Nevada's public website and then go check it out and you'll see it for yourself. He says, no lie. All right, the phone lines is open. 530-494-9636. Bad girl TKO. Let me know what the area code is. I'll probably let you come. Just call the lines. It's open. Call the lines is open. Let's see what some people saying in the chat. He said, people jumping out the window for either dude is silly. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with that. Like, we don't know, you can't jump out the window for anybody because one, we don't know. We have our personal feelings about the way we feel about, some people feel about Bob Arum or Terence Crawford, but as it relates to the legality of everything, I can't jump out the window on either side because we really don't know what Crawford has. You know what I mean?
He has a good attorney. Bob Arum has some good attorneys. So we'll just see how
Bob
what
Arum
the
is
cards
an
make way.
attorney.
Yeah. But he's not going to defend himself. I know he got.
He wants an attorney, so he knows how to maneuver through that field. Right.
You know what I mean? Hey, Shane. I remember he said that. I remember he said. Hold on. I remember he said that. Deontay Wilder had no legal leg to stand on. The attorney, and come to find out.
Lies. He was just lying. He was just capping, man. That's a bloody liar.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, this is TKO.
Bad girl TKO. What the link read? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from San Diego.
You
literally my work
yeah, your phone line is bad. I can barely hear you.
Okay, hold on a second.
No, it's bad.
What the hell? Who the hell is?
Got a lot. You got your lines blowing up there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's blowing up. Man, it's my damn mouth.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. I'm calling from San Diego. Basically, I'm at work, and literally next door to my job is like where the Canelo gym is.
Okay.
Just letting you guys know, and then for sure Ryan's inside working out right now. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the whole situation with Terence Crawford. I did hear Blood speak this morning, and typically I always agree with literally almost everything that he says. But on this one, like, I would like to discuss the whole Bob thing, because I know it's really easy to say that Bob, is this racist old man, blah blah blah. But if you just go back in all his whole like amplitude of like every single fight that he's put on, you can't just blanketly say that this guy's this old, geezer or old racist old man. In fact, if you look at with the whole Rigo situation, which is a good example, not one person. I think Bob is just a straight shooter, and he kind of just says it where people ask him questions, and he mentions, what he thinks and how he's used stuff. But if you take Rigo, he really couldn't do much with Rigo. HBO couldn't do much with Rigo. Rock Nation couldn't do much with Rigo. And now on PBC, like, they're not making any money off Rigo, no matter how good he is, no matter how amazing of a boxer he is. There really was no money behind him, which is why Broner does so well. And Broner, I mean, we can go on and on of like how either Broner's a good boxer or he's just a great showman, but Broner sells.
So you feel so basically you're saying so the racial undertones, a lot of stuff that Bob Arum has said throughout the years, you're saying that has nothing to do with it. Basically, just Crawford, he couldn't do anything with him to sell him as a fighter. Is that what you're saying?
I don't think so. I mean, Shakur's going to come up, and you're going to see Shakur be this golden child, and eventually he's going to get to a point, and he's probably going to move elsewhere. And I think like the fight with Spence and Bud, which everyone wants to see, financially, what do you want? Like, if you look at what Porter made and what Bud made, like, if you look at the numbers and the viewers, they literally made from the pay-per-views, they made about $9 million. So if they made $9 million from pay-per-views, and then whatever was at the gate, and I think they sold like 11,000 at the gate. If you do the math, it doesn't add up, and they barely made even, and that's a good dance partner. So you give Bud $6 million, you give Porter $4 million.
Okay,
it doesn't add up. So finance, they are barely cutting even.
Okay, all right. So you just feel like that they wasn't making money. But as you don't have nothing to say about the lawsuit. You're just talking about the money. All right. Thank you so much, Bad Girl TKO, for calling in. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in.
I think that Rigo as an example, right?
Right.
That's a bad example to use because this is a guy who was a victim of slander too. He was a victim of slander. He was a direct victim of slander. So that's not a good example to use, Bad Girl. That's not
Martinez. Somebody came on. Exactly. Somebody came on with an avatar. Martinez avatar. So you're gonna have to show your face.
It was him. He said it was him.
Yeah, but
he didn't speak, so I don't know. Maybe his connection wasn't thingy. Yeah, Blood. What she just said, like, I don't agree with. So, yeah, there was slander. There was racial slander,
and that's the part of the lawsuut that people are ignoring.
Hold on.
Yeah, slander, defamation.
Yeah, defamation. Yeah, they haven't seen the lawsuit. That's why I said you got to look at it. Shout out to Mark Nash. Shout out to Mark Nash for dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat.
He said drop the link. The link is there, Mark. I don't drop the link. I don't drop the link already. The link is there, Mark.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I mean, people feel the way they feel about Bob Arum. Some feel like he's not racist, and some feel like he do. I am of the ones who feel he does. This has nothing to do with Terence Crawford. I have always felt this way about Bob Arum since the 80s. So I want to clarify that. The way I feel about Bob Arum, I have always felt this way about Bob Arum since the 80s.
Me too.
So I'm just being honest with you guys. Like, you know what I mean? You know, I've just been honest with you. That's how I felt about Bob Arum since the 80s. I don't feel that way about Eddie Hearn or nothing like that. But Bob Arum, yeah, that's how. Who is somebody? Okay, hold on. I got another call calling. Oh, yeah, another call calling in. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, Coach. It's Peter Von Arts.
Peter Von Arts with the League Read. Where you calling from, Peter?
I'm calling from La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that that lawsuit is not about racial discrimination. It's purely a breach of contract. And I got the counts right here. There's like 6 counts to it, and they're all pretty much about breach of contract for not offering a second fight from 10/13/19 to 10/12/20. Breach of contract for not paying $900,000 Spence bonus after failing to offer the Spence fight in 2020. Count 3, fraudulent inducement by promising to make Spence fight if Crawford agreed to the Kavalauskas fight. Count 4, negligent misrepresentation for promising to make the Spence fight if Crawford agreed to the Kavalauskas fight. And then breach of contract, duty of good faith and fair dealing by bad-mouthing Bud to make it harder for him to get a new promotional contract. And tutorious breach of good faith and fair dealing by bad-mouthing Bud to make it harder for him to get a new promotional contract. So it's all pretty much about breach of contract, and there's no racial discrimination or slander or defamation or libel involved in it.
Okay.
That's what I get from it.
Okay. So, and basically what you just read off, all of that sounds... That, I'm just saying, to me, outside looking in, me not being an attorney, you know, that sounds valid to me. That sounds valid to me. I think that'll be easier to prove. You know what I mean? Because the reason I think that'll be easier to prove, Peter, is because if I have a contract with Lady Shan, and Lady Shan say, "Hey, listen, when you sign this contract with me, I'm gonna make sure you go around the world on tour, around this specific time. You know, February of this month, you're going to be doing this. By the time we hit January, you're going to be in Germany. And then next year, you're going to be in Spain and this and that. And let's say years go by and I'm not in Germany, I'm not in Spain. You're paying me, but I'm not doing the things that's under the contract that we signed. And then you're saying disparaging things against me. You know what I mean? While I'm signed to her, I would think that, hey, you know, okay, that's a breach of contract because you didn't do exactly what you said you was going to do. That's all I'm saying.
Well, all I'm saying on that one, Coach, is that I think the breach of contract does have merit. Okay, I mean, you know, I agree, it has merit, but you know, somebody's going to they're going to pull the COVID card here, and if Bob Arum pulls the COVID card and says, "Well, we offered Bud a fight, we couldn't get him the fight he wanted because of COVID," and I would not doubt that comes up. I wouldn't doubt that he counterclaims. I wouldn't doubt it one bit. And you know who's got deeper pockets in this deal?
Yeah, Bob. Yeah, absolutely, Bob. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
So,
hey, but shout out to you, Peter. Thank you for calling.
Well,
thank you for calling. Hey, where did you get that link from?
I got it off of Reddit, and then it took me over to Twitter, which a guy on Twitter just posted the lawsuit. So,
okay,
you know, it's all over the place now.
All right, absolutely. So thank you so much, Peter Varnas, for calling in. Thank you, Peter, for calling in from La Crosse.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, this was thanks Lisa Bells. This was the comment that Bob made when Terence left. He said that he referenced that Bud leaving Top Rank was to Lincoln being freed by the slaves.
You know what? Yeah, I remember
freeing
that.
the slaves.
See that shit right there.
Freeing the slaves. Sorry.
Yeah, that shit right there had me 30 hot. Mark Nass, I'm gonna let you talk in a minute. I want to address a couple things. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Jerry calling back.
Jerry.
You hear me? I just called a while ago.
All right, Jerry from Bmore. Go ahead, Jerry. Talk. What you want to talk about? We got to keep it short.
All right, well, let me clear up a couple things, man. First off, I'm going to withhold judgment because, you know, you say it's a full 22-page document. Man, I like don't have to say I like a fighter that I don't like him. Aaron's been one of my favorite fighters, man. And I will tell you why. It's not that he's suing his promoter. Fighters have sued promoters. That's happened plenty of times. Me, it's the race thing. It's the race thing that bothers me, fam. That's the truth right there, because I followed Bud's career, and I know he done signed with times. Bob Arum didn't make him sign them contracts. He signed them contracts because it was the best deal that was in front of him. I ain't heard nothing about nobody ever offering Terence another deal, and Bob is the guy who did it. And I have to say also, and I'll make it brief, is a lot of people are very confused about what a fight promoter is. A fight promoter is basically a financer. That's why the fighters sign with them. So the promoter will finance the fight, because the fighters don't have the money to put the money in an escrow, which has to happen in order for a fight to happen. And
so you feel like, so basically you feel like that Terence Crawford is playing the race card,
bro. Listen,
hold on, I'm asking. So you feel like Terence Crawford's playing the race card? That's the problem that you have.
Well, that's what I read. When I read the headlines yesterday, it said Terence Crawford filed.
Did you read the lawsuit, sir?
Well, that's why I say, when you said just a minute ago that it's a 22-page document, that's why I say I'm going to go ahead and withhold judgment. But me, like anybody else, what we read right away was racial bias. That's how the press reported it. Am I wrong?
Yes or no? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's how they reported it. But just read. But that is true.
But let me just. Let me just finish, and I'll make it real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah, fight promoters are financiers. That's what they really should be called. They're not really promoters. Bob Arum never said a bad word about Terence.
That's not true. That's not true, sir.
It's not
That's
your
not true.
mate.
That's not true, sir.
Let me finish, though. Let me finish.
Go, sir. Go ahead, sir. You've been on the phone more than 2 minutes. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is Bob Arum compared Terence to the uber great Ray Leonard, said he was even better than Ray Leonard. He never spoke poorly about Bud until Bud kept saying he wouldn't take 60-40 to, and that's when it started between the two of them.
All right, Peter. I mean, all right. All right.
People like that.
All right.
Don't need you as a fan. People
Yeah, right, Jerry. Man,
yeah,
let him go. You made the point, Jerry.
Like, you know what? I hate when people are offended that you're offended. If I'm black and I feel offended by someone from another race, it feels like they are disrespecting my blackness, and then you're offended that I tell you that I'm offended. Well, fuck off then.
Oh, let me. Mark Nash has been waiting patiently. Let me let him speak. This guy right here, Yarmis Parter, says white fighter sells better than black. That's not the promoter's issue. That's bullshit. Explain to me, sir. I'm finna blow this shit up out of the water right now. If white fighters sell better than black, tell me how the hell Floyd Mayweather is the pound for pound king in the history of the sport of boxing. Explain to me, sir, why Anthony Joshua sell out football stadiums and arenas. He's a black fighter, and Tyson Fury can't sell out a hot dog stand. He's a white fighter. So when you sit back and say this, Vasily Lomachenko ain't it's not doing crazy numbers his goddamn self. So for you to say that white fighter sell better than black fighters, that's bullshit. I totally disagree with that, sir. I don't know your angle in that, but that's some bullshit. I totally disagree with that. And other than that, that's it. Mark Nash, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. He said, Yami say, let me call in. Yeah, you can call in. Yeah, you believe that. 530-494-9636. Call in. Ain't nobody, yeah, I want to hear from you saying that dumb ass shit there. Mark, go ahead, brother. Hold on, Mark. Hold on. I'm all over the goddamn place.
Take your time. I know you said you had a couple other things you need to address, and I'm grabbing my Bluetooth headset. How my audio sound?
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Going once?
Chris the Greatest.
What's your name?
You guys hear me?
Yes, what's your
Chris
name?
the Greatest from Cali.
Chris the Greatest. Okay, what's going on, Chris? From Cali. What did you read? What you want to talk about?
I just wanted to get my take on the whole situation. The whole racial bias thing, I think it may be, getting blown up a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole lot more, obviously, in the document.
Right.
That's going to be presented. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of things that happen on both sides, and there is some validity to what the last caller was saying. People think about the effect of what Bob Arum came out and said, but they don't look at the reasoning. I think there was a lot of things that were whistle blown. You see what I'm saying? On both sides, information that was leaked that led Bob Arum to be disgruntled and say the things that he said. It wasn't solely based on any racial bias. You know what I mean? Him saying that he could have bought a house in Beverly Hills with the money he lost on Crawford was actually like a result of, like I said, information being leaked out. People could do their research. I talked about on other platforms. I just want to call in and expound on it a little bit. People got to look at both sides. You see what I'm saying? Crawford's team leaked their contract information, the deadline of their contract.
How do you know that?
And that was.
How do you know that?
Well, it's a fact. I was there the day that Bo Mack revealed the deadline of Crawford's contract on Chill Boxing Talk that day. I was actually there listening to him. And the next day, Bob Arum got on that on an interview with Mike Coppinger and aired out the things that he said.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you have evidence of that, I don't have evidence of that. I can't comment on it either way. But hey, thank you so much, Chris the Greatest, for calling in, bro. We got a million calls trying to come in. I gotta let Mark.
I'm back in the chat.
All right, thank you so much, bro.
Yes, sir. I'm gone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to Chris the Greatest for calling in from Cali, man. Call back. Hey, Mark Nash, go ahead and talk, man. Go ahead and talk. I'm sorry about that. Thank you for being patient.
Oh, I'm super patient. You got another call? Go ahead, get the call.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Say what you got to say. They're gonna call back. They hung up.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for your for the opportunity to be here. How my audio sound?
Audio sound real good. Okay, this guy from New York is calling. No, go ahead. No, go ahead. I want to see what this is. This dude, this same guy, same number been calling.
Go ahead.
This guy. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, this job is from the chat. I told you I was gonna call in.
All right, yeah, go ahead, Jarvis. Go ahead. Where you calling from?
Yo, I'm calling from Brooklyn. I called last week. I told you I was chef, but that's my name on the thing.
All right, Brooklyn. Go ahead, fam. What you want to talk about as it relates to this subject matter? Speak your piece.
No, you asked me, I told you I was gonna call in because I was saying black fighters don't sell as good as whites. My point is this: American blacks usually don't get the support that the white fighters get. That's just a fact, man. Like Mayweather was a special case because a lot of white people was tuning in, buying to see him lose. He was hated. Bud didn't have that aura, and he didn't have the controversy that surrounded Mayweather. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm a Bob Arum fan or nothing like that, but in this case, I just feel like you signed with him and took more upfront money. You agreed to the terms, and now you want to say he's racist. Why would I try to get money?
Let me ask you a question. Have you read the lawsuit?
Yo, I'm getting conflicted shit on this lawsuit, man. I didn't read the lawsuit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you got to read it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't go by what you see on the headlines. Don't go by what you see on the headlines. Before you form an opinion, make sure you form a well-informed opinion. Look at the lawsuit in its entirety, all of the things that he's claiming, and then make your judgment on that. That's the best thing that I can.
Also, give us the name of these white fighters that sell more than black fighters. Can you give us examples? Give us some examples,
man,
bro.
Yo, only Europeans, man. These niggas came in, got big contracts. The Clips gold. Like, yo, Mayweather, it took him to fight De La Hoya to really, really get his name up there. So it took that fight. Yo, Hopkins, yo, hold on, man. Yo, Hopkins had 19. He had 19 title defenses. But what it take? It took a fight with him with Trinidad to really, you know what I mean? Yeah, he was putting in work.
But Trinidad is black though.
Come on, man.
Bro, you don't got no examples, bro. You don't got no examples.
Just get off.
Yo, Latins have their own following, man.
Next, we got next.
Latinos, Puerto Ricans.
Bro, you talking out your ass, my brother.
And you're rude, and you're raising your voice.
Yo, man. Listen to what I'm saying first. Listen what I'm telling you first, man.
Listen, Jarvis, you're gonna have to you gotta respect the people on the panel. My brother.
Yo, but listen, this nigga gonna come and try to talk over me, man.
Hey, listen, bro. You got to go, bro. You got to go. Hey, shout out to Jarvis, bro. You getting a little too emotional when you come on this panel, bro. This is not. Let me explain something to everybody. This is not the Jerry Springer show. There are other channels you can go to for that. Over here, we respect everybody. You speak your piece. If you cannot articulate your position correctly, then maybe this is not the show for you. But to call in to the guests and go off and say nigga this and that, we don't do that over here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is not the Jerry Springer show. You didn't even answer my question though. All I did is ask unknown caller. All these white fighters that he's talking about that sell better than black fighters. This man pulled up the Klitschko. So that just tells you right there where he's at. So I don't got nothing to say. Hey, whoever you are, dude, I'll be running my show. Come back to my show with that bullshit. I'll put you in your place.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna disrespect the guests here. Say what you gotta say, fine. But when it comes to the disrespect, I'm not gonna tolerate that over here. And if you don't like the content, brother, you can unsubscribe. It really doesn't. I'm gonna keep it even kill. Not gonna snap or nothing like that. But say what you gotta say and let's get it on. Carlo, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on, Coach? This is Ace from D-Town, Dallas, Texas.
H from Dallas, Texas. What the lick read? H. Would you say H or Ace?
Nah, Ace, 144.
Okay. What you want to talk about, fam?
I was just talking about what's happening with this deal with this Crawford and Bob Arum.
Have you seen the lawsuit? Have you seen the lawsuit?
Yeah. He owes him like $900K for the Spence fight. What I was saying is, if Bob Arum owes him the money, of course, he has a case. He should sue him. He should get the $900K, and Bob Arum should just make a settlement and just pay him the money. That's just what it is. For all this slander about he wasn't promoting him, he wasn't putting him on like he's like the second highest paid from the top top rank versus Fury. Then it's Crawford. I mean, what's he crying about? Bob Arum puts him on ESPN.
Have you? You said you read the lawsuit in its entirety. If you read the lawsuit in its entirety, it will answer the questions that you're asking right now. That's why I say,
yeah.
If you just, I'm put it this way: if you saw right now, I have a New York Post headline right here, right? I have a New York Post headline right here. Right here, if you just saw this article on social media or on the internet, and you think that you have an idea of what this lawsuit is about, you're making a judgment based on what you're seeing from a headline standpoint. You're gonna have to pull up the actual lawsuit.
Yeah, I actually read the article from Boston Street when it first yesterday when they came out, and it said that he owed them $900K for the Spence fight.
What else is in there, sir? What else is in the lawsuit? Did you see anything about slander?
And he also said he slandered him, saying that he put Latino fighters and white fighters before the black fighters. Like it said something like that, which Bob Arum, he promotes whatever sells, like a product. If he invested in Crawford, he invested all this money on Crawford. If it's not selling, Bob Arum has the right to say, look, he's not selling. He ain't doing nothing. He made me lose money. It's like you invested something in a company or in a different product. You have the right to say, look, he ain't even selling. This shit didn't go. I mean, that's not no slander. They just the truth. You don't sell, my man.
All right,
Crawford just a crybaby.
All right, okay. So I get what you're saying. You feel like Crawford is a crybaby. You feel like Bob Arum did not slander him. Thank you. I disagree. I totally disagree with that. But thank you so much for calling in. What's your name again? H from Dallas, Texas.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, yes, sir. Shout out to H from Dallas, Texas. Let me get this super chat out the way, and I'm gonna let Mark answer. I'm gonna take this phone number down for a minute, man, because they're gonna keep calling, and Mark ain't gonna get a chance to goddamn talk. So let me go ahead and take this phone number down right quick. And let me go back to the chat and recognize the super chat from the Queen Bless. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365 for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy.
Super chat received.
If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, man. We got almost 400 people watching and less than 300 likes. Bless says, clearly a lot of you are okay with another human being being disrespected or to not get what we're promising the contract. Yeah, I mean, I don't think these guys have really looked at the actual lawsuit. I can tell just based on what they're saying. So you would have to look at it in its entirety before you really fully make a judgment. So it's really not about the racial bias.
Unknown caller.
Somebody else calling in, but they're gonna have to wait. Call back. Mark Nash, go ahead and speak, brother.
Check 1, 2. What it do? How it sound, Coach?
You sound good. Sound damn good.
All right. I ain't gonna go too long-winded because I appreciate the callers coming in, and I know the calls are important.
Go ahead and talk.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
No, you've been waiting a long
All right,
time.
well, appreciate it. Man, no, it's cool. I appreciate the opportunity to be here in good company too with Lady Shan Blood Boxing and yourself. Let me say this, man. You start off. You said I got a couple minutes. Let me have fun with this. The girl Emily Smith, who wrote this article, must have been watching your show and got her TubeBuddy account, my brother, for journalists. Because Coach, because you've been telling us for years about a year now about these headlines and how to title the headline, salacious journalism, how to get them in the room.
Yeah.
And you go through
copyright. Yeah, copyrighted. Copyrighted. I went to I went to a school called AWAI, and copywriters are basically selling things in written form. And so, if you want to know how to come up with good headlines, that was written by a copywriter. Movie titles, tabloids. Ooh, Eddie Murphy caught with stripper. You know what I mean? Curiosity. They have what they call curiosity headlines. You know what I mean? And but go ahead.
Oh yeah. So when you see these big bold letters, Terence Crawford claims Bob Arum's quote revolting racial bias end quote hurt his career. Emily Smith. Man, it gets you in the room. It's salacious. Yeah, and oh man, she did what she's supposed to do for the New York Post yesterday. They got their numbers on this article. A lot of watch views on this page based off this title, and the people are running with that. Even the parts where she points out and puts in quotes here. But shout out to Nick Rich, because she said something dope yesterday, and I thought it was very important to do my research on this term, fiduciary duties and relationships. And what I found, Coach, was the courts have long protected people who enter in relationships upon another party's superior knowledge or skill. These are formal, these are informal. Mm-hmm. And Bob Arum, you don't have to. What the problem with Bob is, his own words are going to haunt him, because you don't have to be in a jury, you don't have to be a lawyer, you don't have to be an expert in boxing to know that if you are my promoter, you should not be out here speaking ill of me in public. You are not promoting me well. Now,
I don't think they ignoring it. I think the reason why they ignoring it because they want to ignore it, to my opinion. Hey, caller, do not hang up. Hold on.
I landed right here in less than 30. Here's the thing, though, Coach. That's going to be damaging. All these other things, a lot of times you bring lawsuits up, it's about optics. It's about opening Pandora's box. The deposition, the discovery phase of all of this is going to be damaging. And I think his business insurance might, and his legal team might advise him to settle because of the optics. Like the sister said, he can't drag this out forever and forever. He's 90 years old. And if you hire, and this is the last part for the people saying, well, if it's true, it's true. Hey, look, it can be true, but it ain't Bob Arum's job as a promoter to say that. You can have herpes. I'm being extreme, of course, but your doctor and your nurse should not be out here telling people that you have that, if it's true or not. Yeah, I went to string with it. Hey, look, I did what she did with the type. I had to. But I'll mute my mic. Go and take the call. My bad.
Hey, hello. All right, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, what's up, man? Yo, this is Yam again, man. But can I keep it light now? Can we keep it civil right now? I'm gonna chill out. Can I talk?
Yeah, brother. Just chill. Be respectful. Go ahead. Fam.
No, my bad. My bad. I like your show, man. I fuck with you, man. You know what I'm saying? But I just ain't used to people trying to talk over me. I ain't really an internet guy. I'm like a real person.
Right.
But my point is this.
Go ahead. Get your point.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to promise. I like your shit, man. Yo, but my point is like historically, it took a lot for black fighters to really make their name for themselves. Mm-hmm. Like I was saying, like in the case with like a Hopkins or the Mayweather, they had to take less to prove themselves, to really make a name for themselves. And traditionally, it seemed like black fighters had to do more. That's my point, man. And as far as Arum goes, I never understood why he was with Stockman.
Right.
The way PBC, Heyman are giving out this money, I just never understood that at all. So now the suit, it's just strange to me.
Okay. All right, I understand. So, Jarvis, thank you so much, brother, for calling in from Brooklyn. You from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. I ain't mean to disrespect your shit, bro.
All right, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for calling in. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but Coach, he still never answered Blood's question. Like, who are all of these white superstars? He
never answered
boxing?
He's just talking out his ass.
Call back in to say nothing. Call back in just to say nothing.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. I don't know any white superstar fighters. Do anyone know any? I don't know any.
He don't know none either. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. He don't know nothing about boxing. He's just one of those guys who come over here and race bait, right? Yeah. Yesterday they dropped the story and they used a bunch of race baiting titles and they based it on race yesterday when they dropped all these articles and stuff like that. So Of course, some people are going to be talking about that, but that guy right there is full of shit. The guy who just called in from Brooklyn. My name is Blood Boxing. You can find me over at my show, right? And I guarantee I'll let you on my show, but it ain't going to be none of this. That's all right. I ain't still got nothing else. That's it.
And hold on, Smith and West says, and to add to that, the fighter pays the promoter to promote him. Bob Arum actions publicly cause him negative blowback in future deals going forward. Yeah, now I'm definitely on that. I'm definitely on that, Smith and West. That right there. That's why I say I advise everybody just to listen to the please pull up, please find. I'm gonna get the link for you guys. Hold on. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Georgie Porgy from Boston, Mass.
Georgie Porgy from Boston, Mass. What the link read? What you want to talk about, fam, as it relates to the subject matter?
Well, I just want to say that I support your channel. I support you staying the whole situation. I know Bob Arum, it ain't no saying, but to paint somebody as a racist, you need some tangible, concrete proof. And the lawsuit itself, like you can read it 100 times, there's nothing there. There's nothing tangible there. So we're all going to have to wait for the whole trial to go and see how the evidence get presented.
Have you read?
That's my quote.
Have you seen the lawsuit, sir? Have you seen the lawsuit in its entirety?
Yeah, I was reading from the link, and there's nothing there that I've seen. Like the caller before me said, he said, she said, with the tangible evidence.
What about the other things how do you feel about the other things that's in the lawsuit that he's suing for? How do you feel about those claims?
Oh, Bob fuck. Because I think he's fucked. That slander shit, like you say, Bob got a really good case in that. The whole racist aspect is like really makes it, really like it's hard to like really get pinpointed because you don't got the evidence. So he said, she said, so emails come out and all that shit. Nobody can really put an opinion on it. I just want to say, everybody can support the channel. Lady Shine, I know you're here. You're my favorite. I love you, baby girl. See you around. Peace out.
All right. Shout out to Georgia Porgy from Boston, man. Salute. Yeah, man. Shane, hold on. I'm multitasking, guys. I'm taking calls, trying to address the chat, writing the names down.
I know it's a lot. It's a lot.
Hey, we got 330 people in the chat. Do we have 300 likes, man? Oh, okay, we got 300 likes. God damn. Yeah, but y'all be doing the old boy dirty over here, man. He said the black fan base refuses to hold white fighters or any fighter in high regard as to not accept and acknowledge superstars in the boxing based on race. Hold on, let me see what we got right here. I think I know this. Let me see what this is. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Troy Graham.
Troy Graham, what's going on, Troy? What the league read?
From Baltimore.
What you want to talk about as it relates to the subject matter?
Oh man, listen, it's not what I agree with Crawford. First of all, you don't tell your fighter you can't promote him when your title is promoter. That's your damn job. Right. Find a way. Just like he signed the contract to be your fighter, he signed the contract with you to promote him. So you have to do your part. How can't you promote a man that just had 6 consecutive knockouts? What's so difficult about that? That's not difficult at all. Oh, he's being quiet? Hey, the 2 top earners in boxing are quiet, Canelo and Joshua. The only thing I ever heard Canelo say was payday. Okay, you want payday? Payday, motherfucker. You want payday? That's all I ever heard him say. So it ain't about him being quiet. Is what he does. He's not quiet in the ring, is he? He's knocking everybody out. No. It's not that difficult. Now, full racist nonsense. Here's my take on that. If you know he's a racist, it's not what he does. It's not what he says. It's what you're going to do with yourself. If you want to stand in place and go back and forth with him and have time pass you by, that's good. And I'm not saying that to Bud. I'm saying that overall. It's not what they do. It's what you do with yourself. Let them fools stand in place and with all their hate and carrying on while you steadily building. And at the end of the day, you take everything they love and leave them butt naked in life. That's how you win.
All right, thank you so much, Troy. Thank you so much, my brother. Shout out to Troy for B More calling in, man. B More in the house. Troy called in from B More. Let's give him a round of applause. Let's see. Let me get the super chat out of the way, guys. Shout out to my brother, man, Smith and West in the building. For dropping that. Damn, dub on your boy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Smith and West say prime example, right? Devin Haney. Devin Haney can't get a fight with Top Rank because they said he isn't a star and he makes too much money. Imagine if Eddie Hearn came out and was like, I could have bought a high rise in New York off those purses. No, yeah, I totally agree with that. And this is what we're saying. This is what Blood is saying, Shannon is saying, and Mark Nash is saying. I mean, just the defamation of character, slander. And if you are his promoter, just look at this, guys. You are his promoter, right? You're a fighter. You're a very talented fighter. You're 38. You're 38-0 with 29 knockouts, 3-division world champion. You've been 2-time fighter of the year, Ring Magazine 2 times, undisputed at 140. When you're a promoter, you have all of those accomplishments, and you have a promoter who you've been fighting with your entire career for the most part, says these things about you. People on the outside looking in that may want to sign you once you become a free agent, you know, it devalues you. It will hurt you based on the slander and the defamation of character from your promoter. I'm totally on board with that. All I'm saying is please just read the lawsuit before you make a conclusion. But just based on the headlines that these reporters are putting out, like Mark Nash says, I don't know. He's gonna, I don't know, how would he be able to tie the racial bias in? He's gonna have to have more than something that someone who used to work with Top Rank, who worked with Top Rank, who sent a tweet out, or someone who was Terence Crawford's former manager, who did an interview with Fred Barbershop Conversations, and what he said on there, you're going to have to need something tangible. You're going to have to get these people on the stand and say, yes, this is what it is. This is what's going on. Because Bob is going to come with every black fighter in America that he's ever promoted. And they're going to, so I'm saying as it relates to that particular aspect of how they're spinning it. But what you think about that, Shan?
Sorry, I was muted.
I like the phone lines is hot.
Yeah, let's get to the phone lines. It's all good.
Okay. Hey, sorry about that, Blood, everybody, man. These phone lines is burning up. Hey, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This Q to God. I'm calling from San Antonio.
San Antonio. What's your name, fam?
Q to God.
Q to God. What's going on, fam? What you want to talk about as it relates to the subject matter?
Q to God.
Man, how are y'all doing? Blood, Shan, Mark Nash, how you doing, Coach? Blessings to all y'all. But I would just, but all I have to really to say on the subject matter was, I think from just looking and reading what they had and was saying as far as the case goes, and I guess some of their gripes about them. I think it'd be safe to assume that with a case like this, some of the things that they listed was like I wouldn't say. I hope those wouldn't be the things that they would use to win the case. I would assume that the real juicy shit is not out to be public. That's what's going to be said in the courtroom.
Right.
I think some of the stuff that they put on there, that's just, examples of some maybe for the public. But the real meat and potatoes, I doubt that, they'll be putting that on black and white.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Be seeing right at the beginning.
They're not. I totally agree with that.
And something else, like even with him having a lawsuit with Top Rank, a lot of people, they are kind of, I don't know if they're assuming or if they think it is. I could be right or wrong just from the verbiage they're using, but they're assuming, Top Rank, not Bob. So whether Bob, Lord, God forbid, he passes away and, in the middle of this lawsuit, it's still not going to stop. You know what I mean? Like Bob passing or whatever help, it's not going to stop the case. This shit could drag on long or it couldn't. And one thing about Bud that I figured was kind of smart that he did relative to maybe some of the past fighters like Mikey Garcia,
right?
And like that, he played out his contract and he got his money. He didn't play the disgruntled role and was able to get sat on the shelf and not able to make money. He fulfilled his contract, got his money. Now he got bread to fight a case.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I think that's one thing that he got good up, and even from Bud actually having that contract that he had,
with Bob Arum on the second go around, we all know that he's smart. He's calculated with what he's doing. So I think this calculated move actually suing Bob Arum is, I think, just like how people always see all the.
I need you to wrap it up. I need you to wrap it up. Go ahead, fam.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna wrap it up right here. But you know, the blueprint. A lot of people like to say all the Floyd blueprint and this and that. I think what Bud is doing is going to lay down a blueprint for a lot of fighters coming behind him. You know, whether that's them not signing a crazy contract, figuring who they're doing, or if they're in that dilemma, that they know how to do it. You know, and that's all I have to say. But
all right.
Salute to you, Coach Malachi, Mark, Nash, Blood, Shan. Salute.
Yeah, shout out to Q to God, man. Salute to you, fam. Salute to Q to God in the building. Let me get this super chat out the way, guys. And then I want to show you guys one. I want to show you guys something before we wrap the show up. Shout out to Bad Girl TKO for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Bad Girl TKO say, if TMT gets lynched for lying about the numbers, why are we bashing Bob for telling the truth? Bad Girl TKO, I think you're missing the point. The lawsuit is a 22, 23-page lawsuit. I think you need to look at the merits of the lawsuit. I think you're making a judgment based on headlines that you're seeing in the periodicals or online, and you haven't looked at the lawsuit. If you look at the lawsuit and address each claim, or the courts will determine whether Terence Crawford has merit or whatever the case may be. As it relates to TMT getting lynched and we bashing Bob, listen, you know, if somebody wants to bash, if the people are not going to have a problem with bashing TMT, you should not have a problem with people bashing Bob. Bob is not above reproach. Bob Arum is not above reproach. He's not above criticism. He's not above people talking shit about him. He's not above people saying anything that they want to say about him, just like, you know, people say what they want to say about Al Heyman and TMT, Floyd Mayweather, Leonard Ellaby. Bob is not above reproach. If your issue is we don't know why you're attacking Bob, then I guess maybe you have more of an affection with Bob Arum, without, you know, not trying to be disrespectful. But Bob Arum is not above reproach. I don't like Bob. I never liked Bob since the 80s. I'm just being honest with you. I think he's a racist piece of shit. I feel that way. There's nothing that you can say, Bad Girl TKO, that's ever going to change that. Nor that there's nothing that I would probably say that would ever change your mind. The only thing that we can do, sister, is agree to disagree. You feel the way you feel about it. I feel the way I feel about it. And that's it. We'll agree to disagree. And that's all it is, sister. But I thank you for the support. Shout out to Charlo for dropping number 10. Bam, pounds on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Charlo said, great show, coach. Great panel. Mark, Queen, Lady Shan, the legendary blood boxer. Yeah, man. Yeah, this is a good panel today. And in chat, salute to all. I appreciate that, brother. Let me show you guys something. I want to show you guys one more thing because I know you guys been on for a while. Let me show you guys something. I want to get to the point. This shocked the hell out of me.
Many other black fighters that have been at top rank did not have the.
Listen, this shocked the hell out of me. This shocked the hell out of me, guys. This is what the brother named Trill Boxing. This is Trill Boxing. And I want you to see this. I want you to see this. I do not own the rights to this material. It's for educational purposes only. Shock the hell out of me.
The fortitude to do this lawsuit, because Terence Crawford is not the first fighter to suffer this type of these type of racial biasness and systemic oppression. He's not the first fighter. This goes way back, and because where Cameron Duncan is referencing is from decades ago.
So I'm gonna just get to the meat and potatoes. He's talking about racial bias, systemic oppression, and all this stuff there. Whether you agree with that or not is irrelevant. But this what shocked me though.
Salute him for having for the biasness from not only the top ranks, the promotional companies, but the sanctioning bodies, and all these people are going to have their day. All these people are going to have their day, and there's so many videos and different things that are out there, content that's highlighting these inequalities and these things in the past.
I want you to hear what he said about Crawford.
Be able to be ignored. All of these people will have their day in court or wherever they have it for these types of injustices against people. And again, I want to salute Terence Crawford salute him for having the courage to stand up against the machine, especially at this point of his career where I don't know what this is going to do or what's going to happen, but, this, it's a lot, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. And just him going forward and pushing forward is impressive, because like I said, a lot of other fighters didn't do that for their culture. They didn't stand for that. He took a major step for his culture, for his people, and a strong stance for every young fighter coming behind him, and he's gonna help them, to where they don't have to deal with racism, so they get equal opportunity, so they can get in a position to get fights based on ability and not their color, and highlighting that that's actually going on, because that was not being done before. Everybody just kind of it is what it is. You can't do that. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. This is Muhammad Ali type shit. The shit that Crawford is doing, this is Muhammad Ali type shit. You know what I'm saying? He kept his head down and endured a lot of criticism from myself and many others for being quiet, but the whole time he was assimilating a plan to get real justice, to come to a real solution and come out on top of this situation.
I want to stop right there. I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna stop right there, because what shocked me, blood, was this: the fact that he seemed like he was sincere. Whether you like him or not is irrelevant. You guys know you know how I feel, but Sam, let me go to you first. No, Mark Nash, you've been waiting a while. What do you think about what Trill just said?
In the words of Errol Smith, the big guppy, respectfully, of course. I'm joking. Hey, my G, my, how times have changed. Now, he don't went from Toby Top Rank to Toby Tubman. He's Toby Neck Turner. His moves are Ali. Like, he don't compare Bud Crawford to Muhammad Ali. Now, I get it. He sounds sincere. But this is a prime example of, if you don't know what people are doing behind the scenes sometimes, you shouldn't be so quick to put no slave badge on him and call the man a slave and galvanize your troops to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. These guys tore this man down for years. Mm-hmm. Take the 40. Then Tim Smith comes out and say it was no 40. We don't know what he want, which is also could be why Crawford's like, hold up, what you mean y'all don't know what I want? Bob, you ain't never tell them what I wanted? I thought you told me they won't take in the fight and they won't get in the offer. They didn't want to fight. But they saying they don't know what I want. So it's a whole bunch of things going on here. But I think this is telling that the writing is on the wall over there. I ain't talking about him per se. I don't watch the show, never seen one episode of him. Mm-hmm. But what I can say is you're dealing with low IQ individuals sometimes who will follow what their YouTube daddy tell them to say. Now, I think daddy did a good job today, if that's what he said today, telling and galvanizing the troops to do the right thing. Like, put some respect on this man's name. But sometimes the damage is irreversible. Mm-hmm. You're still not gonna get that Bud Crawford interview, homie. In my opinion, I don't know the guy. He probably already had one. I don't know, but I think that is very telling, and I think it is responsible that he did that. And maybe some of his followers and the people who look up to him will do the same. Recant some of those statements. But wow, from Toby Top Rank to Toby Nat Turner to Toby Tubman, all because he filed a lawsuit. Guys shouldn't have to do what you want them to do when you want them to do it to get your respect. If you don't understand the move, sometimes just digress. Hold your horses, as some would say, and just say we'll see how this develops. But some of that slander that they put on that man's name is beyond reproach, disrespectful, it's asinine. You can't say you for black fighters, but you against this guy because he ain't doing what you wanted to do. Boycott Keith Thurman if he don't fight Errol Spence, but if you boycotting Errol Spence because he ain't fighting Terence Crawford, you're a coon, you're a blah blah blah. Just the double standards, and to use your quotes, some of these guys, if they didn't have double standards, everybody in the chat say it with me, they wouldn't have no standard at all. With that, I digress and pass the mic.
Lady Shan, I'm coming to you next. Lady Shan, what do you feel about what Trill Boxing just said?
Yeah, I care nothing of what he says. He's a fraud. If this is why it took like what Mark said, like these people defamed and had a hot. They allowed people to set up channels and they fueled people's channels that called him the most derogatory names that you could call a black person, top rank Toby. So now in one foul swoop, do you know what? I would prefer that you just stay consistently an evil bastard. I more respect that you just stay consistent. I don't like this flip-flopper business. And I hope Bud doesn't give two shits about these types of channels, these types of people, because I do not watch Trill boxing at all, give him no time of the day. And I'd urge people not to. He's a race baiter. He's a self-hater. He's an agitator. He's everything that's wrong with the sport of boxing. And he's one of the most divisive channels in the YTBC. Finished.
Blood, what you think about what Trill just said?
It's better now than never to see it, but I haven't seen any of his work in like 3 years, man. So I haven't been keeping up with him. So I don't want to make no comment on Trill. Really.
Okay. All right.
For me, it's probably best not to do it. So I'm just
all right. So I give you my opinion on it. He seemed very sincere in what he said. Honestly, he really did seem sincere. But what really caught me, Shan, Mark Nash, and Blood was, bro, like all last year, I have a plethora of videos where I was talking about the double standards of race baiting and race hustling. And I was talking about, listen, man, you can't say that you pro-black when you calling a dark-skinned black man from Omaha, Nebraska, coon, Uncle Tom, sellout. You're using the same racist talking points that the segregationists in the South, down where me and you at, Mark and Blood, in the South, that they use on us, and after Reconstruction, during Reconstruction, before Reconstruction, after Reconstruction, and all of this stuff there. You can't do that. All because of an interview or whatever the case may be, and then because he files a lawsuit, and the lawsuit has some of the same talking points that fits your narrative. Now I see the humility in Trill. I see the humility, the humbleness from it's not only him, it's Blue, it's 7-8. It's like it shocked the hell out of me. Like I would be shocked if I see BFTB say something nice about Crawford. Like, bro, you guys went at this guy, said some of the vilest, most racial things against this guy, and because he dropped the lawsuit that has racial bias in the headline of an article that you read, now it's for the culture. This is Muhammad Ali stuff. For one, I don't agree. I don't compare nobody to Muhammad Ali. I'm not saying he's comparing Bud to Muhammad Ali, but this is nothing. This has nothing to do with what Muhammad Ali went through. So I totally disagree with that. But he does seem like he's honest and sincere. But to me, it just seemed like you guys did much. To me, they did so much more damage than Bob Arum could have ever did, in my opinion, because it was so hard for me to watch. I'm like, damn, man, we supposed to be, okay, you black, you supposed to be looking out for your brothers and all this stuff there. But man, just the spirit in which you brought your hatred and vitriol against this guy and all of the content that you put out, which in essence motivated me to go at the entire LDBC. You know what I mean? Because I saw the double standards. I saw the hypocrisy. Really had nothing to do with Bud. It just had a lot to do with, hey, listen, I came from this background. I used to be you guys. I was once you. And because I hate and detest that which I was prior to me waking up from my racist, deluded mind state, that when I see it in a sport that I love, I felt that it was my duty to attack it head on. So I'm not going to say he wasn't sincere, but it just seemed like I felt like you guys just did just as much damage as, really more damage to me than Bob Arum could have ever did. That's just how I felt about it. But salute to him for even saying that. Go ahead, brother.
I want to echo your point. I think you got another super chat. I'll wait after that. I want to.
All right. Shout out to Dirty Red for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, but why start the top ranked Toby BS to begin with? At the end of the day, the man did his job. He fought. What more can you ask of the man? Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, brother. Another thing I want to just say is this here. We can't go with, he went with top rank, the top rank, evil white man, white company, Bob Arum, yada, yada, yada. PBC is a white-owned company with the black face guys. The only thing black about the PBC, they got Tim Smith over there. They have Al Heyman over there. You don't see Al Heyman, you don't talk to him. And Tim Smith came out. He's the VP of public relations, VP of communications, and all of that money that came from white-owned companies, Waddell and Reed. They the ones who own the PBC. So it wasn't about, attacking the white racist system. Okay, the PBC has the white racist system as well. They owned by white folks, white corporations. Macquarie out of Australia, that's the company that bought Waddell and Reed. So, I blowed all that shit up. So I just, I'm not going to jump down on these guys too hard because I don't jump down on them already. Enough. Everybody know my track record, but I just found it. I'm like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Like, damn, these the same dudes I was calling them Top Ray Toby. And he cooning for butter biscuits and all of this shit there. And you got pictures of his head on a slave wearing slave clothes with Bob Arum dressed in a slave master suit with a rope around his neck, holding him like a dog. BFTB did this personally. So now all of a sudden y'all love this dude, Terence Crawford? I'm shocked. I'm just shocked. That's all. Yeah, anyways, that's all. That's all I gotta say. I'm done with that.
Let me say this, Coach. And you'll be hard pressed to find any boxer from top to bottom where the whole team is black. Even still, they're fighting on a network that's owned by a white company.
Yeah.
Like Showtime, CBS, Fox, Sky Sports. These aren't companies that are headed by black folks. Boxing is a worldwide sport. And I think you're going down a slippery slope when you start saying, well, he got a white promoter. Okay, well, this guy got a white manager. This guy got a white lawyer. He got a white agent. Like, you're going to be hard pressed to find every single person in that camp from top to bottom is black folks. And you put yourself in the disturbance because sometimes you want to hire the best and the brightest, and it might not be the person that look just like you. It might be this Hispanic brother. It might be this Asian guy. It might be the white man. It's okay. I get it. You get what I'm saying? But you got to be fair. But some things are beyond reproach. They're unforgivable. It's egregious. It's disrespectful. Like you said, it's vile. You start bringing in the man's mama, his wife, his children. These guys are violating on all types of levels. And start egregious. And it's beyond reproach. Like I said, you're disrespectful to slavery when you start comparing an 8-figure man to slavery. You ain't just disrespecting him. You disrespecting the chattel slavery and everything that occurred. So you're going down a slippery slope. And these are blacks. And I always say this, Coach, if Skip Bates and Max Kellerman was out here calling that man Toby Top Rank, these same people will be calling for his job on Monday morning.
Yeah.
But you making it cool. Imagine Max Kellerman
your audio keep going in and out.
I'm sorry, I had a phone call. How I sound now?
You sound good.
Imagine if Monday morning you hear Max Kellerman say, and Toby Top Rank could just get the fights he won if he just do what he needs to do. Oh my God, can you imagine the backlash, the outrage? We all will be calling for his job, but you guys are making it catchy. You want it to catch on. You want it to be a thing. No, it's not cool. It's disrespectful. The dude is a multi-millionaire, and he got it out the mud with lefts and rights, homie. And some of you guys will go to your job tomorrow, and the white man will call you whatever he want to call you, and you just going to be a good boy and take the job and go on home. But you want this man to quit his job, leave his company, just because you said so. I had a dude telling me he could have got out his contract. All he had to do was sign with somebody else and go fight over there. Bob would have just did this, took his 15, 30%, and it would have been over. I was like, you got all this information. I ain't seen one contract. He was like, well, Shane Mosley did it. And this person, I was like, bro, even if somebody did do something in the past, what happens going forward is they put things in the contract to make sure your black ass can't do it 15 years later, even if it is true. But all I'm just saying, it's total disrespect. It's too little, too late. You're still not going to get that Bud Crawford interview, homie. And rightfully so. You disrespected this man's mother, wife, kids, his career. But the thing is, and I'll pass it after this, but they love Shakur Stevenson. They interview Troy Isley. They interview other black fighters who work with him. The kid that just came out the Olympics from the Midwest. What's his name?
Like his name Davis?
Oh, yeah, Keyshawn Davis. Oh, love Keyshawn Davis. Y'all didn't say congratulations on him being the new slave. No, y'all interviewed, y'all love some of these guys. But the guy over there who's making more money than all of them do, some of them combined, he's the slave? Why? I don't get it. It don't make sense. But like I said, we are dealing with low IQ individuals. This is how they make their bread and butter. So if they start telling the truth too much, they can't even pay their car note no more. They might lose the house because this is what they do for a living, sit around and bash Terence Crawford. He's so trash, but you talk about him every day. I'm going to give you another salacious point. I don't look at gay porn. You know why? Because it don't interest me. I don't talk about it. I don't look at it. Now, if that's what you think, that's your thing, to each his own. But if you sit around and talk about it every day and you saying this, and look at what they doing over here. Look at this move right here. Why would you do that with another? My G, you watching it because you analyzing it, you breaking it down. The problem is they love Terence Crawford. That's the facts of the matter. They know what he is. They know what he's doing, and they know the boy is the truth. But the problem is you can't get what you want from him. He won't capitulate to your demands. But now, but I pass it. But at the end of the day, now he's Toby Tubman. He's Toby Ali. I'm sorry, he's Terrence Ali, he's Terrence Turner, he's Terrence Tubman. He's fighting for your rights now. Shit is crazy.
Hey, Lady Sand, is there anything you want to say before we wrap the show up on? Let everybody know how to get in contact with you, or when you're going live again, stuff like that.
Oh, thanks for having me, Mal. No, just I'm just gonna hopefully keep tabs on this story, and like I said, but I'm not an expert on any law, let alone US law coming from the UK. But I support Bud and what he's attempting to do, and I hope it goes well for him. You can find me Mondays. I go live for the weekly wrap-up show where I have a massive panel, even with yourself in the building, so it's all good. Yeah, I have the rewatch show and point score for controversial and close fights, classic ones and up-to-date ones. So, and in the week sometimes I have guests and stuff. So tomorrow I have Tunde Ajayi, Anthony Yard's manager and trainer tomorrow. So keep locked in and locked on. Thank you, Mal, for having me. Shouts out to Blood, shouts out to Mark Nash, and shouts out to the entire chat. Thank you.
Shout out to you, Queen.
All right, salute to Lady Shan. Lady Shan in the building. She is outie. Shout out to Mark Nash. I'm gonna say Blood for last. Mark Nash, anything you want to wrap the show up with, my brother? Let people know how to get in contact with you, and we'll let them know when you go live.
Thanks. Oh, yes, sir. Thanks again for the opportunity, Coach. It means a lot to me to be over here to share the platform with great individuals such as yourself. It's your man, Mark Nash, spelled just how you see it on the screen, MarkNash. I host a show called Breaking Beats. It's a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We like to let the jokes fly because life is serious enough. Breaking Beats, we break down business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and anything else you and I feel like talking about. We go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I also do pop-ups throughout the week, any other day. So make sure you click that subscription button and have that notification bell lit so you can be the first one to get the latest and greatest when I drop the content. I'm probably going to go live tonight, Coach.
Yeah.
I need that case file.
This is a trending topic. So
Coach, if you got that case file, Coach, I need that.
I gotta put it up. I'm gonna put it up. I actually got a video up. I see Blood went live earlier, so I was trying to watch. I missed his lives, and you be on late, so I gotta go back and watch those stuff too. So, but yeah, let me find it because I did have it. I looked at.
Well, you got my number. Text it to me, Coach, and
okay.
I'll definitely get that. And I don't know how much they charge per page, but I gotta have it because we deal with facts only. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your energy, and I'll see you on the next episode tomorrow.
All right, shout out to Mark Nash, man. Y'all please go subscribe.
Peace, Mark.
Retro, blood, retro boxing and documentaries. Anything you want to wrap the show up with, my brother? Let people know how to what your channel is when you're going live, and you do a lot of pop-ups, so
yeah, I just do pop-ups, man. I just go live whenever I feel like going live, which is not very often. But you know what, man? Coach, thanks a lot for the opportunity. Coming to speak on your platform and getting to hang out with Mark Nash, because I like Mark Nash a lot, and the beautiful Lady Chan. That's the first time I ever hung out with Lady Chan on the so I thank you a lot for giving me that opportunity to hang out with her too. And it appears as though this lawsuit, there's a whole lot more to do with it than just racial issues. We got to look at this whole 22-page document. Yesterday, when they released these stories, they released them with race type stuff in the title, right? So that kind of threw a whole bunch of us off a little bit. I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at the whole thing, man, see what it's all about. And I will support Terence Crawford. I think he's doing the right thing by bringing forth this lawsuit against Bob Arum, right? And this is something that should have been done years ago, but it's being done now. So I'm going to stand behind him. I know a lot of people have different opinions about it, but hey, we'll see what happens. Time will tell us all, man. Coach, thanks so much, man. You're doing a great thing over here. I appreciate the opportunity, man.
Man, thank you so
much. My brother from Florida, too.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. My brother Blood, man. Please, and listen, guys, this guy's a boxing historian. If you want to know, like, he talks about my favorite fighters. One of my favorite fighters, Marvin Hagler. So he knows a lot. He's a student in the game. He's studious, meaning that he studies. He does his research. He studies. So if you want to know a lot about boxing, please subscribe to our Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Let's give our brother a round of applause, man.
Peace out, Coach. Y'all take it easy. No love, everybody.
Yes, sir. All right, let's do this, guys. Let's address the super chats. Shout out to Real Dude Uprising. Hold on, fam. Let me get my board right. For dropping that half for bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
I'm gonna wrap this show up nice. I want to leave everybody with something. He said this opens up the microscope on Arum again. Arum and Bill Clayton, Arum and Bill Clayton suffered allegations in the 80s, but the suits were dissolved. Yeah, promoters get sued all the time, to be honest with you, my brother. It happens, but shout out to the Queen Bless 365 for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Bless says, honestly, it doesn't matter where the fighter or athlete goes. There are snakes everywhere. That's why you got to keep the grass cut low. Yes, I totally agree. And I want to give everybody a shout out. Shout out to the Queen, Bad Girl TKO, for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
She says, Golden Boy Promise Con pay-per-view with Florida Pot. Golden Boy tried to make that fight. Florida didn't want the fight. Golden Boy gave him the Canelo fight. Bob gave Bud Porter. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for letting us know that. I want to say this, guys. We should be able to, over here at New Media Today USA Boxing, the community that I strive to build, I want to be as fair and unbiased as possible, right? But also I want to talk about real issues that goes on not only in life, but in the sport of boxing. I don't give a damn what your race, color, or creed is. We should be able to we should be able to have a dialogue without cursing each other out, threatening to harm each other, threatening to hurt other people, doing all of that stuff there. We understand the racial dynamics in life. Some people were born white. Some people were born what we call black now, what we call white now. Some people were born Latinos, Asians. Doesn't matter to me. You see what I'm saying? No one in this chat choose their parents. You had nothing to do with why you came into this world. None of us choose our parents. It wasn't like we were sitting around before we were sperm. Like, yeah, dog, you know what? This one I'm gonna do, dog. I ain't gonna come into the world from a white family or a black person or whatever the case may be. None of us choose our parents, right? So what I try to do is this over here. Me coming from the background that I come from, and I don't want to keep saying the same thing over and over. I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I understand. You got white people who are very racist, don't like blacks and Latinos. You have blacks who are racist. I was once one of them who don't like whites. You have Latinos who don't like blacks or whites or whatever the case may be. You have racist people all over the world, right? So I get that. I understand that. Everybody has their own tribes, maybe their own racial biases. It is what it is. But as it relates to the sport of boxing, I try to keep it boxing. But I'm not going to run away from tough topics and issues. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that to try to please someone outside of my race, and I'm not going to stay away from certain topics to try to please someone inside of my race. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. I want to keep it boxing. I love the sport of boxing more than I love racial prejudices, more than I love race baiting, more than I love race hustling, more than I love just any of the biggest of the biases that goes on in the chats, because we got some nasty people online that say all kind of crazy shit. Whether they Latinos, there's some crazy motherfuckers over there that be over there with certain channels, the Hispanic channels. I ain't gonna put no names out there on the spot, because if I get mad enough, I probably will, but I ain't gonna put no names out there on the spot. And just like I go at the black channels, goddamn it, then you know what, like the Punch Drunk Boxing and stuff like that, they do the same shit. The H Moneys, all of these guys, they pretty much do the same shit with the disrespect, the racial shit, yada, 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 yada. So it is what it is.
It's on both sides. The black YouTube channels, the Hispanic YouTube channels, and the white YouTube channels, all of them, they doing the same shit. So I'm just going to address the elephant in the room. That's what's going on. It's people are taking this particular situation that's going on with Terence Crawford and Bob Arum. They taking this particular issue to try to push their narratives. So by a reporter reporting that, hey man, you know, Crawford said something about racial bias, so now I don't like Crawford no more. He race baiting. No, it doesn't necessarily mean he's race baiting. If he feels that way, he feels that way because of how you may feel about a certain YouTube channel. And then the YouTube channels who was shitting on Crawford, now, goddamn it, he's Muhammad Ali now because he's pushing the narrative. They're taking an opportunity to take what he's doing to support their narrative. So everybody's on their side of the street pushing their narratives. I get it. But what you're not going to do, you're not going to pull me back into the dark rabbit hole that I was in. I don't run from no smoke. The phone lines be open. Anybody got something to say, you can call me. But you're not going to call my show, disrespecting me, cursing me out, none of that shit. There's plenty of channels you can go to if you want the Jerry Springer show. We don't do that shit over here. You see what I'm saying? That's all I got to say. Other than that, let me go ahead and get these super chats out the way. And that's it, bro. That's it. Let me go ahead. My channel is not for everybody. I hate fanboys. And we have something called the 16 Commandments. I would read them, but I don't want to keep everybody too long. I don't want to keep everybody too long. We should be able to agree to disagree. You don't have to agree with me. I'm not always right. I don't have to agree with you. You're not always right. But guess what? We should find a common denominator. Well, we can, you know what, man? I don't agree with you. You don't agree with me. It is what it is. But hey, man, let's go have a civilized conversation. I'll have a strong disagreement and keep moving forward. Because at the end of the day, all I give a fuck about is the sport of boxing. That's all Coach Malachi give a fuck about. Just telling you that right now. I ain't putting no punch from nobody. I have blacks that don't like me. I have whites that don't like me. I have Latinos that don't like me. I am an equal opportunity motherfucker. I don't give, if you black and don't like me, I don't give a damn about you. If you white and don't like me, I don't give a damn about you. You Hispanic don't like me, I don't give a damn about you. I'm not gonna cater to your ass because to try to get subscribers. If you Latino and you rock with me, you rock with me. If I gotta cater to you to get subscribers, fuck you. I don't need you over here. If you white and if you rock with me, you rock with me. If I gotta cater to you to keep your subscribership, the hell with you. I don't want you over here. And if you black and you rock with me, and if you like what I'm doing, you rock with me. If you want me to push your racial narratives, I'm not gonna do that. We don't do that over here at New Meaning Today USA Boxing. This might not be the channel for you. But if you care about boxing, this is the show for you. So let me go ahead and get the super chats out the way. Shout out to Mark Nash for dropping another half for bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Mark said, Coach, he said thanks. He's saying thanks for the panel opportunity. Shout out to the chat callers. Please, everyone, find and read the case before jumping to conclusions. Even myself, by the way, my new name is Nash Turner. Nash Turner, I appreciate that, man. Let me get this other super chat out the way. Shout out to EPL for dropping that half for bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He say salute, my guy. We all won. It's about who's better in the ring. Yeah, that's all I give a fuck about. That's all I give a fuck about. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? So other than that, that's it, man. It's our boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out. New Meaning Today USA Boxing. Let me go ahead and try to get as many people as I can. Let's give a shout out to the callers. Shout out to Trap calling from Orlando. Shout out to Jerron calling from New York. Shout out to David calling from Omaha. Shout out to Jerry calling from B-More. Shout out to Anthony calling from Richmond, Virginia. Shout out to Bad Girl TKO calling from San Diego. Peter Barnard's calling from La Crosse, Wisconsin. Shout out to Kush the Greatest calling from Cali. Jarvis calling from Brooklyn. Let's see, Act 144 calling from Dallas, Texas. Shout out to Georgia Porter calling from Boston, Massachusetts. Troy calling from B-More. Q to God calling from San Antonio. And shout out to the Queen Bless 365. Salute to the Queen Arlette. Salute to the Queen Nick Rich, Lady Shan. Salute to the Queen Bad Girl TKO. What's my sister name? Deborah Booker. Salute to you. Salute to Nick Rich. Salute to the Queen Lisa Bells. And any other sister that I might have forgot. Monica Silva was here, I think, as early as Miss Sexy was here as well. Salute to all of you guys. Shout out to Serge Libre. Shout out to my brother Charlo. Shout out to my main man Halim.
Shout out to the BLKCs. Shout out to Con Shonery. Shout out to Big Ronald Finkley. Shout out to Bad Brad. Shout out to Halim in the building. Shout out to Cool Boy Curry. Shout out to Slim Reaper. Shout out to any of my detractors who don't like me. If you don't like me, that's cool. I ain't got no problem with it. I'll be here tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I get it. The coffee is too strong over here, and I understand. But much respect to you guys. My delivery is kind of harsh at times. It is what it is. I'm a passionate individual. Shout out to the Queen Double Booker. Shout out to Mark Nash. Shout out to Major Key Boxing who was here as well. Shout out to Joe G. Valdez. Salute to my brother Blood Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Please subscribe. Shout out to Ava. Salute to Paul Evans as well. Shout out to Slim Reaper in the building. Peter Barnards. Just Do Boxing. Con Shonery. DeFoo. Shout out to you. Shout out to Big Hawk from Maryland. Shout out to Lance Meyer. Mayor. Shout out to Mr. T in the building.
But this ball been taking the easy matches. Fighting other balls.
Shout out to Smith and West. Shout out to EPL Banter. Salute to Bad Broad. Shout out to Eric Grimey. Shout out to Terence Trotter. Salute to... Oh, shout out to the Queen Misfit. Misfit, man. God damn, how the hell you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write down all of the sisters who show up, who be here all the time, and I have to. I gotta always try to get a shout out to the women first. I'm biased towards the sisters. I'm biased towards the sisters. Shout out to Jeff Lucietta. Shout out to my main man Diallo Huggy Bear. Shout out to Stephen 47. Shout out to the Axiom. What's going on, my brother? EPL Banter, Jay in the building, Jay Greens, the Axiom, JD Blanca. Let's see. Shout out to Isaac Ramirez. Wow, that's amazing. Shout out to Jay Smooth. Who else we got, man? Oh, shout out to my main man, Ron Boy Fresh. I didn't even see Ron Boy. Ron Boy Fresh. Shout out to you. Benjamin Smith, Johnny Blaze. I think I don't know who else. Who have I forgot? If I forgot to, man, bro, so bro, it was almost like 400 people here, almost 400 people here, man. So if I forget your dog, I didn't trust me. I didn't. There's too many names, and I have to end this show. Shout out to Reese Mac. Other than that, let me go to the bottom. I have to end the show, guys. There's too many names. Thomas Jones, Young Bill Boxing. Other than that, that's it. If I forgot you, please forgive me. This is the boy, Coach Malachi Williams, signing out. Newbie Today, USA Boxing. You know my motto, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to all the new subscribers. We'll show you the 16 commandments of the boxing guys tomorrow. Other than that, I see you guys 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You know my motto. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.